The following program may contain language of an adult nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of alltalkradio.net.
We think it's the banning of
We are anonymous. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch jerk man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Ah, yes! Finally kicked those fuckers off the air.
It's about goddamn time. I got sick of those fucks.
Yeah, that G.J. Jerkman and Maxwell Silverhammer with all their goddamn anti-corporate
You know what?
talk.
I'm just be happy. We're gonna go celebrate right now. I think we should go do some golf and butt fuck one another.
Oh, that's the greatest. I'm ready. Hold on. Go get in the car here.
Get the hell in the other side. Another side. There you go.
There we go.
All right.
Oh, this is a great day.
I'm gonna start it up now. You ready?
These bastards.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Bora Bora, here we go.
It's the STIM Radio Show.
Maxwell Silverhammer, G.J. Jerkman, Cruise Control, and G Motor. Do you smell fire? I think somebody lit a cigarette. No, it's the hottest radio show on the internet. So keep it locked here from 7 to 9, cause the STEM radio family ahead of their time. And now it's lesson 1, man, this is lesson 2. No format because they keep it fresh and new. And this is what I call HQ. A win for you, a musical genius, man. They can't paint it like a face is. But if the content is making you sick, take some Dayquil. And if you think that the jocks sound quirky, allow me to introduce you to the shit that irks me.
Welcome to the Friday edition of STEM Radio. Minus one of the little boys to play tonight. But Maxwell is here crying his little eyes out because he misses cruise control. Silverhammer at you now.
Yes, bitches. You know, that was great, man. And
Was
I'm
it?
glad you got the day right for once.
Well, I knew what yesterday was. I just said it felt like a Monday, so I wanted to say it was a Monday.
Ah, okay, yeah, because I'm like, God damn, man. Yeah, she got it right. That's good.
But you know the sad thing about all this?
What's that?
Is actually, usually cruise control calls in on Friday nights.
He does.
He's not calling in tonight, and I'm not going to be here for a little bit, too, so you are all by yourself.
I'm by myself. I'm flying solo.
You're not going to cry or anything, right?
Oh, hell no.
All right, have fun then.
All right.
Bye.
See ya. You know, it's kind of funny. I had a driver calling me by the wrong name the whole ride today. And you know what? I just let him do it. You know, you ever just let somebody call you the wrong name and don't give a fuck? And you're just like, okay, even though my name's on your manifest there, dude, and I asked you my name when we pulled up, he kept calling me Michael for some reason. And Mike, you know. So the first time he did it, he said something like, oh, yeah, and another thing, Mike, man, let me tell you. And I'm like, did he say Mike? Or, did, you know, because sometimes you second guess. You thought maybe, did he say mine? Or did he say Mike? And so I'm like, okay, maybe he's just putting that for emphasis or something. And then he did it again and again. I'm like, son of a bitch, he's calling me Michael. And so I just let him do it.
Why?
I don't know. I just didn't feel like correcting him, I guess.
People call me the wrong name. I have to turn around and correct them. That shit pisses me off.
See, I didn't. For me, I was like, I don't care, man. You want me to be Mike? I'll be Mike. You know, it's probably the nature of, you know, the show, too. You know, using, you know, I respond to Max now. If somebody says, hey, Max, I'll turn my head like, well, you talking to me? And it could be somebody else, you know, that happened to be named Max.
Yeah,
So,
I get that.
So I'm, you know, we didn't even properly, what kind of fucking jerkman didn't even properly introduce you?
Well, you didn't know if I was going to get on and talk or not.
I didn't know if you were. But if you felt like talking, I said you could. And
So then why don't you go ahead and do it?
okay, well, here, we got Humvee here. So honk your horn at everybody. So,
Beep.
and there we go. Oh, that was very enthusiastic. Yeah, I respond to Max now. If somebody says Max. You know, I'm just like, oh, they're talking about me? Is that Max? So I don't know. I just kind of, You know, it actually pisses me off more if they fuck up my real name, like call me Brad or Brian or something like that.
How do you fuck up your name?
Oh, it happens all the time.
Well, I can't say anything because mine gets fucked up all the time.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, here it was. He called me a totally different name.
Yeah, it didn't even start with the same letters.
No. I mean, it sounds nothing alike. I mean, there's no... I must look... Actually, and I've been told this. Somebody said I look like a Mike or a Steve. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know. My brother's name's Michael, so I don't know.
Do I look like your brother?
No.
Although
my brother has hair.
There's probably a wide variety of Michaels that look, I mean, how do you look like a certain person, But I know there's been people that reminded me of, like, for instance, my neighbor downstairs. His name's Raphael, but I keep wanting to call him Alfred for some fucked up reason. And even funnier, I was telling him that one day. I was like, "Hey, dude, I don't know if you know this, but I know your name's Raphael, but I keep wanting to call you Alfred." And he's like, "That's funny, man." He's like, "There's a guy at my work that calls me Alfred." Like,
maybe he looks like an Alfred.
Maybe he just reminds people of it. There's something about, I don't know.
I don't know. Usually when people can't remember my name, they call me Brittany. I mean, it's not even close.
Brittany?
I get called Brittany a lot. And I'm like, do I look like a Brittany? Because I'm not a Brittany. And they're like, yeah, you look like a Brittany. I go, what the hell does a Brittany look like?
Well, that's it. Like, Brittany. So, but, well, let's see. What would I think you might be called? Maybe a Nicole?
No. That's my cousin's name.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Yeah, that's what I would think, maybe, if I was going to mix your name up or something. But, of course, I mean, it's so ingrained in my brain,
Yeah, but I think Danielle fits me very well.
Yeah, it seems to. It seems to work. Just kind of, like, there's some people, like our buddy Paul. He reminds me of a Paul. Because, Pauls are usually kind of laid back and, hey, what's up? And, Darren's are kind of big, dorky, in-your-face type,
That's the only Darren I've ever met.
Well, I met a few Darrens. Actually, I met a black dude named Darren, too. So, it's kind of interesting. But, yeah, this guy was calling me Mike all trip. He was like...
Yeah, that would have irritated the hell out of me.
Hey, Mike. And then even when I got off the bus, he was like, all right, you have a good day, Michael. And I'm like, all right, man, see you later. Because I'm waiting for him to look at the manifest later and be like, fuck, I was calling him the wrong name the whole time.
Maybe it was another rider he had to pick up, or he just dropped off.
Maybe. Oh, that could be. He could have been looking at another page.
Because I don't know how their pages run.
Oh, yeah.
Because if they run like how we had it set up, then you have like a whole page of names of where they're going. And then it's like you'll have the block of it and it's got their name and everything.
Right.
And the next block could be whoever you're picking up to ride share with.
Oh.
And then you can also have where you drop them off before you pick somebody else up, and you just keep getting them all mixed up.
Well, the person I ride shared with was a woman. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Maybe it was Michelle and he was mispronouncing it.
Oh, could be. Like a weird spelling of Michelle or something.
Yeah.
So maybe he just thought Michael,
Well, my brother's been called Michelle before.
Oh, fuck.
My
really?
name has been read off as Daniel.
Daniel. Damn.
But it's spelled like Danielle.
Damn, I think that's just laziness, though. If you're not looking at the name or, I've had, even when I send somebody an email, they'll respond back and be like, hi, Brent. And I'm like,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. And I'm pretty sure there was a few people who drove you around that called you Brent, too.
Yeah, I think so. Back, let me see. I'm trying to think. There've been a few I corrected, though. Like I said, if they do those, I'm more apt to correct them as opposed to this guy was just doing Michael. And I think part of it was I was going to try to see how long he was going to continue doing it before he said, oh, shit, that's not your name. But he was doing this the whole trip. So I'm like,
yeah.
Dude, what the fuck? So anyway, yeah, I just thought that was kind of funny. He's calling me by my wrong name. Then in other news, and I know you guys are sick of hearing this shit, but, as long as the problem persists, I'm going to continue to bitch about it. My little constant issue with the wrong women like me,
No, I've never heard of this one. This is new to me.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad it's refreshing and new for you because, it's just the ones that I like don't like me, and then the ones I don't like are all over me. And so I had somebody today that I'd seen. Actually, I don't know, maybe she rode Parrot, but maybe she rode ITN. Do you remember a Patty Penny? I think it's like Pennington or Penistine or something like that.
I don't know who that is.
Okay. She's one of these kind of like Jewish chicks, you know, and she's older. She's like 48 or something. And I see her at a lot of events, especially a lot of veteran stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because she's into the whole, you know, working with the veterans, which is cool. You know, I mean, she's not a bad person. I just don't feel it for her. You know what I mean? I'm just like, nothing. I mean, there's no sexual interest. There's no, you know, any interest. I mean, as you know, aside from being just her friend, you know. And so today she sees me, and you know, she's visually impaired, but you know, I guess she heard my voice or something. So she came up. She has a little vision, like she can see things close up or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like cruise control's vision or something, you know. So she, I guess, came up to my table, and she was like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" So she comes over and like sits next to me, and you know, she's always telling me how great I am, and you know how I've inspired her, and all this other crazy shit. And I'm just like, "Okay, I inspire you, great, awesome." And she's talking about how great our program is, and then like a few other people came over. It was an event for what's his name? I want to say Senator Hardy, but that's not right. Congressman Hardy.
Yeah.
And so even he came by the table, you know, because that's what he was doing, saying hi to all the vendors and thanks for coming to my event and all this other shit. So she starts talking to him, and oh, this is such a great program, and let me tell you, Maxwell's just such an upstanding guy, and he's helped me out so much, and all this other crazy shit. So I'm like, wow, okay. So then at one point she told me I lost weight, which I don't know if that's true. She was like, "Wow, you look good. You look like you lost weight." And I'm
Your
like,
stomach's a little smaller than it was. It only looks like you're about 7 months, not,
not
12.
8? Oh, okay. 12 months? God damn. I don't think I ever got that goddamn big.
No.
But so anyway, you know, she's telling me I look good and all this. And then she says to me, "So what's going on in the girlfriend department?" And I said, "Well, nothing." And she was like, "Well, I want to ask you, you want to go for coffee sometime?" And, you know.
What is it about her that you're not attracted to?
Maybe it's her voice. I don't like her voice.
Is she not old enough for you?
No, she's 48. That's fine. But I guess it's just the voice I'm not digging.
What does her voice sound like?
It's kind of like this. It's let me tell you. Oh, he's just so great. You know, it's that, like I said, that Jewish something with that accent that fucks with me. You know what I'm saying?
Where is she from?
You know what? I would guess somewhere back east. I'm not thinking.
Yeah.
I don't think New York, but I think maybe even Pennsylvania or somewhere. She kind of does sound like a Pennsylvania Jew, and so, you know, and so she was just like, you know, oh yes, and you know, I think we should go for coffee sometime. Or, you know, would you like to go for coffee sometime? So I said, well, we could. Yeah, that was my response.
Why don't you go for coffee and see if maybe you guys have something more in common, and then just try it out?
I plan to go. You know, I'm not going to say no to, I mean, it's only coffee. What the fuck, you know?
Yeah, it's just coffee.
But at the same time, you know, I'm kind of going with my mind already made up.
Why?
Because it is. It's like, you know, there's some people that just don't do it for you. You know, I know you must have had people that just, you know, for one reason or another, they just don't grab you. You know, they don't start your engine. You know,
Happen.
So and you know, because there are other women that, you know, right away I meet, and then, well, I mean, you know, where I'm like, hey, you know, but this particular one, I just don't. But why has it got to be someone I'm not interested in asking me for fucking coffee, you know, or asking me to? And she was like, well, why is the hesitation? You know, I guess it kind of, she picked something up when I said it. And I go, no, there's no hesitation. I mean, we can go for coffee. And she's like, well, no, I feel there's some hesitation there. And I'm like, no, we can go for coffee. And she's like, well, I'm not going to bring a preacher with me or anything. And I was like, well, that's fine.
Well, they don't use preachers, just so you know.
Oh, well, I don't know if she is.
They have rabbis.
She said, well, I know that, but maybe she figures, you know, to get down on my level, she must think that I'm, you know, like.
You need a preacher?
Yeah, maybe I need a preacher or something, or I'm Catholic, or.
That would be a priest.
Yeah, or some shit. I don't know, but she did say preacher. I'm not going to bring a preacher with me. And I said, well, I would guess she's Jewish just by her voice. God.
So you don't really know if she is or not?
No, she sounds Jewish. So, and she speaks like a Jew, you know? I mean, certain people just sound like, you know, it's just what it is. You know, it's that kind of, there's a way of, a style of speech, you know? oh, and let me tell you, and and there's a way that they speak that no one can duplicate. You know?
Well, I've met quite a few Jews that talk differently.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course, but there's definitely, you know, there's a way of speaking. It's a dialect. It's, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know, if you talk like this, you're definitely you're a Southerner, no question. You know, so that's why I said it's a more cultural thing, not an ethnic thing necessarily.
Yeah.
But so anyway, it's just something in that voice. I don't know. I just I don't dig it. But I said, oh, you know, I'll go with you to coffee. You know, I guess, you know, she takes paratransit, you know. And see, that's the, I mean, well, I can't say the not driving thing is a deal breaker, but it's pretty close to being one, you know.
Why?
Although, well, it's a pain in the ass enough for me to fucking get transportation. So what about them now? They got to wait on paratransit. Although I can't really say that either, because you know that I've gone for women that don't take that take paratransit.
Yeah.
You know, that Sophia was one, and she turned out to be a complete flake.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was willing to give her a chance. So the driving thing is really, that's like very bottom of the scale. You know, it doesn't really bother me that much, you know. But I don't know. There's just something about her voice I don't dig. And I'm just like, God damn it, man. What is this with, you know, the chicks that I like never ask me for coffee, you know, but.
It's not like raking your nails across a blackboard, right?
Her voice?
Yeah. Doesn't give you that reminder.
Not that bad, but it's just like, like, yeah, it's kind of like, you ever go somewhere and just, you know, you're standing somewhere like downwind and there's an unpleasant odor, not necessarily.
Usually when I stand outside with you.
Right, when I fart.
Got to make sure I don't stand downwind.
But that's dominating, you know, as opposed to.
That's not dominating. That's just nasty.
When my fart dominate, but my farts do dominate, you know, when you're like, damn.
Yeah, they kill everything within a 10-mile radius.
Right, exactly. But I'm just saying, if you're just kind of standing downwind and every once in a while you get you know, maybe a breeze and a breath of something unfresh, you know, where you're just like, oh, gross, you know, but it's not anything to make you puke, you know, because some odors are just so in your face, you know, that you're just like, oh God. But, you know, if it's something that's just kind of passing, it's like, oh, okay, well.
Okay, so are we talking about how she smells, or it's just what it reminds you of?
No, she smells okay. Oh, but you know what I do remember? Now you just bring something else up. There was something, because like I said, I've seen her at a few events. This isn't, you know, it's not my first rodeo with this chick. And there was one time I do remember, you know what, I want to say it was the last veteran stand down, where she was talking to me, and her breath wasn't horrible, but it wasn't wonderful either.
Have you smelled yours after you dip?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know my shit gets bad. But the thing is, if I'm going to talk to somebody I like, I'm going to try to do something for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
I like to chew a lot of gum, and I like mints.
Yeah. I like those, the Listerine strips.
Yeah. I don't like to burn my mouth.
Oh, see, I don't mind that. You know, I figure it's killing shit. So.
I like the subtleness that lasts a little while.
Okay. Something that's just kind of like, oh, all right, it's there, but it's not, you know, again, dominating, killing everything inside, you know?
Yeah. I don't feel like my mouth was lit on fire.
So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't horrible. It wasn't knock me back, but it was just kind of like, oh, you know, like, damn, you know? So I guess I figure, well, if she likes me, she should have cleaner breath, right? Or, you know, and there's, like I said, if it's somebody that I'm kind of digging, you know, I'm going to try to, you know, clean it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like pop something, Listerine strip or gum. Or,
like I said, make your breath a little fresher.
Yeah, exactly. But
you'll brush your teeth or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh shit. Before a date, all the time. So, but that's, you know, it wasn't anything that I don't think could have been fixed, you know, but there's just something about her. I'm not feeling it, you know? So, but I will still go for coffee with her, but it was just kind of an annoying thing. Like, God damn it, you know? The chicks you like, you never. And I'm wondering, is God trying to tell me to settle? You know, maybe God wants me to settle.
Well, if it's not what you want, then why are you going to bother? Because ultimately, in the end, you're not going to be happy.
Well, of course not. Well, that's why I'm not going to settle. I will go with her for coffee, but that's about it.
I mean, just keep it as a friendship.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's probably all I would do, and I would explain that. You know, Oh, and she is one of our. She does use our program too. That's
yeah?
That's another thing. Yeah, yeah. Because she was saying, "Oh, and I love this program," and blah blah blah. So yeah, she. I might use that too. Hey, you're on our program, and I don't usually date those patrons.
Tell her it's a conflict of interest.
Yeah, I would. That's probably what I would say. So, it's kind of like back when you used to drive, and you had, if you had, like the weirdo that used to call all the female drivers.
Which one?
Oh, were there a few of them?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, I'm thinking of the one guy who was like, I got in trouble for calling all the female drivers.
Oh, yes, him.
Yeah, that weird fucker.
Yeah, because he would purposely not answer his door, so we'd have to call him. And he would end up with our numbers or like our messages on his answering machine, and he would just call us back.
See, that's that's some shady shit. It's like, dude, come on. You're putting people's number,
Oh, that's like my first day on the job of training. Well, actually, it was my second day.
Uh-huh.
And we actually picked him up. I don't know if you remember Sean.
Sean. Oh, yeah, I remember Sean. Sean's cool.
Joe trained me the first day, and then the second day, Sean had me.
Uh-huh.
And we picked him up, and I didn't wear like a low-cut shirt or anything. I wore like a regular T-shirt where the collar goes up to your neck, your collarbone, and everything.
Uh-huh.
But I made the mistake of wearing these capris that I had, and they were a little bit tighter than. No, they're the same tightness as my jeans, so it really wouldn't matter. But I bend over to pick up some of the things for the wheelchairs and stuff on the ground.
Right.
And he's just sitting there staring at my ass. And I'm getting all this stuff and trying to hook him up. And I lean over and my shirt comes forward a little bit. And you can, like, if you turn your head and look underneath, you can see down my shirt.
Oh, shit.
But only with a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And he was trying to do that. And I kept having to ask him to move so I could hook his wheelchair up. So then I turn around to go get the ramp down and everything and all that. And he's still staring at my ass, trying to look down my shirt when I turn around. And Sean goes, seriously, dude? I'm sitting right here. That's fucking disrespectful. He goes, you do realize he was staring at you, right? And I goes, yeah, it's not my first rodeo. It kind of happens.
Well, you can't really.
That sounds conceited, but I mean.
You can't really blame a guy for staring, though. I mean,
yeah,
guys
but
are going to stare.
You're staring so hard, your eyes are going to pop out of your head.
I guess for me, that's such a visual thing because I will, like for me, for women that I'm kind of like checking out, I will listen and I will smell really hard. You know?
Yeah. So you like the way women smell.
Or the way they sound, like a voice or something.
Okay, it's the same as, well, it'd be like you like getting all creepy about it and like sniffing them from their foot to their head.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, if you got up on them.
That's uncomfortable and it's uncalled for and yeah.
Yeah, that's, well, I understand if you're getting too
That's why he got told he needs to quit calling us because he'd call us and try to get us to take him places or ask us if we wanted to go out on a date.
Oh, damn. See, that's
I'll take
bold.
you to dinner.
That's bold as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, I had driver's numbers in my phone, but I never,
Yeah, he used to tell us he's looking for a wife. He just wants to marry whoever it is. So, he has somebody at home that's obligated to be there with him and take care of him.
So
I was like, oh, hell no. I have 3 kids at home. What the hell makes you think I want to take care of you?
Well, yeah, take care of a man, a grown kid. So he's pretty much just desperate for anybody. It didn't matter whoever.
He has a wife.
He does?
It's like mail order bride. She's a little Asian lady from I don't know where. No, he said she's Korean. And she's very nice, very pretty, very, very pretty. And he treats her like she's garbage. He treats his dog better than he treats his wife.
So then why does he want someone? What's the new person? Is that just somebody he can fuck around with? Or
I think he thinks that because I think she refuses to have sex with him.
Oh.
That he can get it elsewhere.
Oh, I got you. Like
I had to tell him, I go, look, I don't mind driving you around, but you're barking up the wrong tree.
Damn. So he was.
Yeah, I was like, the closest you're gonna get to me is me hooking your wheelchair up or unhooking your wheelchair. Other than that, you're not gonna get that close to me. Sorry, it's not gonna happen.
I mean, there were times like when you'd spit or something, I'd say, "Oh, that's Jackham's," and I had
you
to
like it.
Well, and I had to work up to that point. You know what I'm saying?
Say it.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
See, like that doesn't bother me, but when you're being crude about what you want to do with me or do to me,
right? Well, we had to work up to that point.
Yeah,
though. I mean, it wasn't like the first time you rode with me.
Some sort of an established friendship or the boundary lines.
Right.
You know where everything's at. Well, for the most part, you're starting to learn.
Right.
And you just can't walk up to somebody like, "Hey, that was Jackham's," and it's like,
Well,
"What the fuck is that?"
Well, that's it. You know, I had to get to know you first and really talk to you before I even would say something like that. Because I mean, you know, I didn't know you. You know, can you imagine the first time you picked me up, and if you did spit, and I'd go, "Oh yeah, that's Jackham's," you'd probably be like, "The fuck's wrong with this guy?" You know.
Are you sure he's just blind?
He's got other issues, man. I think we'll drop him over at OV. Shit.
He should be going OV if that's the case.
But yeah, just I mean, I know for a lot of these disabled guys, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Hell, I have some issues, but I don't believe it's because of my disability in all cases.
Hell, I don't have any disabilities, and I got all kinds of issues.
Well, you know what I'm saying? As far as, you know, dating goes, like having, you know, issues. Well, I think sometimes some women do look and go, you know, damn, well, he's going to be a lot of work. You know, just assuming.
Some will do that.
Yeah, like, oh, he's blind. You know, I mean.
Those are usually very shallow people and self-centered.
Yeah, and you don't want them anyway, so that's totally fine, you know. But I have found some that, you know, I think that, you know, I may have, you know, I mean, not every woman, just because they're not interested, it is not because of my blindness. You know what I mean? And even if it is, well, then that's good, because like you said, if they're shallow and self-centered, I don't want to be with them anyway.
Well, with society today, most women go for the guys that look like they just stepped out of a fucking magazine.
Yeah.
And just like, you know, most guys go for the, oh, you know, you got to be supermodel, you got to be this skinny.
Well, and I don't go for those kind of women. You know, I'm pretty. A lot of the women I go for aren't that attractive, really. You know, I mean.
Yeah, I've seen pictures.
Right.
And to be honest, one of the pictures I saw, I didn't know if it was a woman or a man. It had to be clarified.
Well, that person, actually, it's funny because, well, that was sort of I mean, she was interested in me, and I was kind of interested in her when we first started talking. But as I was around her more, I saw things I didn't like.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh, yeah.
How long were you with her?
Shit, I was with her for 6 years.
If you started noticing things you didn't like and there was no changing anything, then why would you stay?
Well, the thing was this. It was like, it was a codependent relationship because she pretty much did everything for me. You know,
she enabled you and you enabled her.
Yep, that's just what happened. So I basically was like, oh, okay, well, you know, I got somebody to drive me everywhere. I got, you know.
Do your laundry, clean your house.
Pretty much.
Cook for you.
Yep. Pretty much.
Damn, sounds like a housewife.
So, yeah, except she didn't live with me. So that was actually kind of funny. So I like, you know, why pay for the cow when you get the milk for free kind of thing?
Shit, I'm mean. I'd be like, you're more than capable of doing that. Do it your damn self.
Well, that would have been okay. That would have been all right. But, yeah, that's like her possessiveness and, you know, just.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm possessive in certain things, and I'm a very dominant person.
This person was extremely, I mean, you can ask Jerkman. You know, just the way she acted.
It's not possessive. It's called controlling.
Controlling. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely controlling. You know, always, even if I talk to a woman, you know, as a friend or a female coworker, you know, it was, well, I'm his girlfriend. You know, right away wanted it to be known that we were together. So, anyway, what was the whole goddamn point of this? Oh,
I don't know.
So I don't go, it's not like I'm shooting, you know, I'm not shooting for the supermodels, you know, it's not like I'm out there, you know, trying to go for something that's out of my league or some shit like that. You know, a lot of the girls I go for, you know, aren't really that awesome, but it just happens to be that they're just not feeling me the same way I'm feeling them, you know.
But you know, it's really based off of who they are and how they are with things and what their personality really is.
Yeah, those are the things that turn me on.
I mean, if they look nice, hey, that's a plus.
Sure. But I mean, I guess for me, it's just certain things that just grab me. But it's just funny, though, that it's like it just so happens the ones I like are never into me. But then the ones I do, you know, that I'm not into at all happen to be all over me.
And what kinds are you usually into?
You know, there's different kind of women for different reasons, you know.
Give me an example.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of. If you had seen these people or knew these people, it would be easier to do.
Just describe them.
Well, you had, we'll talk about Koala, my ex, who I was really into, you know, and she was into me for a while too, you know. And you want a physical description? Or?
No, just how they were, personality, and everything else.
You know, the one thing I'll tell you, the two big traits that really seem to grab me the most are assertiveness and also somebody who doesn't focus on the visual impairment. Obviously, Koala was visually impaired herself, so that wasn't a big thing. So when somebody doesn't focus on it every 5 minutes, you know, and that's why I you know, those are the ones I go for. So, did you just cut her off?
No.
Oh, I thought he cut you off. I was like,
no, I turned it down because he was whispering, and I turned the mic off.
Okay, I heard the mic all of a sudden close, and I was like, did he just turn you off? So anyway, yeah, that's so I like assertiveness. I like the fact when, you know, they just see me as a regular person. My blindness isn't every 5 minutes talked about, you know. And that's the other thing with this other chick I was just telling you about that I'm not really into. You know, she's really on the visual thing and talks about the blindness and, you know, and how much I inspire her. And
But isn't she new to it?
Well, she's new to it. But that's it. I don't want to deal with that, you know.
Why not? Because you're not new to it?
Yeah, because this is life for me. I mean, that's like saying, man, I love breathing. You know, breathing is the shit. I just love breathing, you know?
I like to breathe when it doesn't hurt.
Well, yeah, but somebody who's talking about it every 5 minutes, you know, it's like, Jesus Christ, really? You know, I mean, there's got to be more to you than your disability, you know?
Well,
so
I wouldn't really know how that would work because, like I said, I don't really have a disability.
Right.
It kind of seems like right now she's kind of still trying to figure out who or what she is because she has a disability now. So
Right.
she's got to figure out how to balance it and change things because she's not the same as she was before.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just she's, you know, looking to figure out what it really is and what she really is.
Maybe. But, you know, for me, I like women that are secure with themselves. You know?
Yeah, but women do have a tendency to be insecure at times. And I know. I've been there. I've done that.
I mean, every man has a little insecure. I got
Everybody
some
has insecurities, and anybody who says that they don't is a liar.
Oh, yeah. No. I definitely have. Believe me.
Or a non-truth teller.
Yeah, hey, there you go. Just switch it around a little bit. But, yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I like somebody who's a little more sure of themselves, I guess is what I'm saying. So, and these women that I'm telling you about, you know, that I like are sure of themselves. And
Are you sure they are?
They seem to be. Anyway, on that note, we'll be right back, bitches.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. Hip-hop bangers like.
Sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the pay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
Classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
Hey, most people don't plan to fail, but a lot of people fail to plan, and it really don't have to be like that. What you know about an IRA or a tax-deferred 401k? What you gotta pay to the government? Ever heard of a tax-exempt retirement? That's info most folks don't know. What you gonna do if you live too long? What you gonna do if you die too soon? Can your spouse afford the house? Will your family go bankrupt if you get sick? You got a plan in place to cover medical debt? I'm not talking about Advil. I'm speaking on long-term ill. You ever seen a bill bill from that home where Big Mama went to live. It's like $73,000 a year. How you gonna pay for that? 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 You work hard every day, but you really don't like it. You're looking at a retirement crisis. Got a good education, got a good job, got the age and the time, but still got robbed in 2008 when the market crashed. Wanna tell your boss to kiss your bus pass, but you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. Said you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. So you wake up in the morning and you put on your game face. Then you run out the house late, headed to the same place. On the bus like I'm stuck. In your car like I'm stuck. What you need is a solution, more income and less confusion. What you gonna do, where you gonna go, who you gonna talk to get the info and get money. You can talk to me, you can talk to me, we got what you need, or you can join the team. Build yourself, then build your wealth by sharing what you learn with somebody else. Each one, teach one how money works. Stay compliant so nobody gets hurt. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Hey, this is Travis. This song was recorded to get your attention. I have some powerful financial information that you should hear. The things that you need to put in place for a solid financial foundation in case you live too long, die too soon, if you become disabled or need to go into a home, or if you simply need access to a tax-free supplemental retirement or emergency fund, we have the information to put these proper plans in place in case any of these things happen. Contact me at my email. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. Let's set up an appointment, sit down at the kitchen table or coffee shop somewhere. I'll show you the information. If you have the need and the means, let's get it done. Or if you're looking for a business with a great compensation plan and a proven system, you should join the team. I know this business isn't for everyone, but it's one of those rare situations where if we all follow the system, it can be a win for all involved. The companies win, the clients win, or the families win, the brokers win. We're entrepreneurs, we're our own bosses. Everyone is a broker. We can make good money and travel around the world on the company's dime. Let's at least try to do it.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fuck a buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you'll be getting a ticket. And if you
straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scans. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerkman. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic like you already know. Get him, Jay!
We think it's the banning of
We are anonymous. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch jerk man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Back to the STIM radio show with the man behind the mic convinces women that an inch is really large. Maxwell Silverhammer.
Yeah, bitches. You know, I'm just taking after Jerkman. You know, what can I say?
Yeah,
I mean, we
I've
talking
got
about your height?
I've got a very small penis, so I understand that's fine.
Oh, do you? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I've
All
been
right.
told.
Well,
Yes.
I guess your girlfriend can vouch for that.
Yeah,
I
she can
guess.
vouch for that. So,
So, you know, speaking of penises,
mic's
and
on.
all this, all this kind of shit, you know.
Right.
I was listening to a show from long ago, you know,
Okay.
from a couple months back.
Right.
And remember how I did my jack off challenge?
Oh, yes, I remember that.
So I had my jack off challenge.
You doing this again?
Wait, what the fuck is a jack off challenge?
We better bring her up to speed,
before you go ahead and mention anything. What it is he pleads to God and promises God if he gets what he wants, he will go a week without jacking off.
Or vice versa. I'll go a week without
What
jacking
the hell
off if
kind
I
of
get.
shit is that?
Yeah, he uses his dick as a coping tool or a tool to actually convince God that.
Well, this is for
give him what he wants, and I won't play with myself.
Well, this is
and
for.
God's up there going, "Wow, what a deal! I think that maybe I will give this man because he's not going to play with himself."
Well, this is for somebody that I'm really into, right? And I said, well, you know, if I don't jack off for a week, make something cool happen with me and this chick, right? So Jerkman threw out there, he's like, well, maybe you need to do an extra little sacrifice, and he says, you know, maybe you won't talk bad about women on the show for a week. And you know what, man? I think I'm going to take you up on it.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're not going to rag on women in any way, shape, or form?
Now, well, let's set some guidelines here.
Okay.
Wait, is it just on the air or is it all the time in general?
Oh, no. This
Has
is
to
just
be
on the air. Just
yeah.
on the air.
So on the air, he cannot rag on women. He has to talk nicely of them, and he can't really.
And when are you doing this?
Well, we can start. I was going to say, because it's got to be for a week, right? You said?
Yeah.
So we can start fresh next week.
Like Monday.
Monday, yep.
Oh, I'm coming in for your shows if that's okay.
Okay. Now, from what you said on the show that I remember, that I listened to, you said that if I got, like mad at a woman, I can complain about what she did.
You can. It's like anything else. I mean, if something comes up that you want to discuss, it's discussable. But you can't sit there and whore bag, slit bitch, with the kids hanging out getting coffee.
Nut bucket,
Yeah,
stuff like
nothing
that.
like that.
I can't be on the nut bucket.
If you have
come in your face.
So wait, who deems it derogatory then?
Jerkman is the derogatory deemer, I guess.
Oh,
if I would
that
be
makes
here.
sense because he's super girly.
Well, he's
Wow.
damn, yeah, get his
Unbelievable.
ass. About fucking time.
I do it all the time.
Somebody
It's
should
like
yell
a
his ass.
never-ending cycle.
Look at this.
Cool.
He's all happy about it too.
Hell yeah.
He's
About
like,
fucking time.
yeah, we know who takes the dominance in the bedroom, right?
Not me. It's the only time I'm not dominant.
Yeah, just about.
Damn, that shit.
I'm dominant all the time unless it's in the bedroom.
It's
and
kinda-
I don't want to be dominant there.
It's kind of Jackham's, though. All of a sudden, he takes a dominant and makes her
Oh my
submissive.
God, here we go.
You know?
Wait, I might have to stay for the rest of this.
So, anyway, man, yeah. So I can get mad and talk about something a woman did and say,
Right. Any issue that comes up, you can discuss, but you can't say anything derogatory about them.
right now, well, like if I say, well, how stupid or something, that's okay, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's a legit complaint, fine.
Okay.
But you can't add your little twist in it. You like last night that you went on for like half an hour. I just sat back here. I was like, I just let him go. I was like, yeah, I didn't say anything because usually I'll antagonize him a little bit. I thought, I'll leave him go.
Yeah, he did it too. I just rolled on about women that work in clerical positions and how fucking stupid they are, and
Hey, I've worked in clerical positions. Thank you. I'm not stupid.
So do you have your tits out?
I was
and get
just
coffee?
about to say.
No.
You almost opened your.
But hey, if wearing a low cut shirt
Mm-hmm.
is what keeps people paying attention for whatever reason, and I might get a promotion earlier.
Wait,
Why not?
how does this work with women? I don't understand.
Because I
this.
have boobs and you don't.
Still in all, I mean, because a woman can do this. Now, if a woman does this and a man's paying attention, is that sexual harassment? Because they are setting the man up.
No, it's not.
I would say it is.
So I would think it would be.
Well, what about if a guy leaves his shirt unbuttoned a little bit? Is that sexual harassment?
But in a
Because he's showing part
workplace,
of
in a
his strap?
workplace, usually they don't do that.
It is considered
Depends
sexual
on where you
harassment.
work.
Well, most places you're not allowed to. A man's not allowed to have his chest showing.
Right.
But a woman can walk in with tons of cleavage.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how that exactly lines up to being quite
Well,
fair.
because honestly, you're going to want to look at some man's chest, or you're going to want to look at some woman's cleavage.
Well, what would you rather look at?
Women's cleavage.
Wow, you're weird.
Wow, yeah, you are weird.
But no, most women would. Most women would say that. I'd rather
No,
look at a woman's
I know a
chest
lot of
than a
women who
man's.
would say it.
But it's still, right there, that's hypocritical right there right off the bat. I mean, because you're saying,
Well,
okay, because
okay.
a woman has a chest, it's okay to look at, but a man should not
It's
do
all
that.
about the sex appeal.
What if you
Have
walk?
you ever been to the casinos and you see the outfits the girls wear? Like if you look
Sure.
at
Sure.
you look at what the girls wear, right?
Mhm.
Right.
And then you look at what the guys wear. The guy
Right.
can hold the same exact position as a female,
Mhm.
and his clothes, he's completely covered. But what is she wearing? Next to nothing.
And-
because sex appeal sells.
Well, so then that's what I'm saying. So why would women even want to continue
Yeah,
that,
why would
that
you-
sort of thing
why would you-
going? Because it's like, okay, look, I don't want to be a sex object until it's convenient for me.
Yeah, exactly. Why would you perpetuate that?
Because any other time,
if
now,
I
if
put
you,
it out there, I expect it.
Oh wow!
So
we are actually getting into the female
We're
psyche
talking
here.
double standard.
I'm
here.
not like
total
most
double
girls
standard.
though, so I don't know.
Wow.
But you even said, you know, if it's going to get
Very
you a promotion,
questionable.
get
Why
you a
not?
promotion and get you. So
Well, that's like me saying, well, if it gets me a promotion, I can just let my zipper down
Well,
halfway.
if you
put my
know,
dick out for
if
my
you
female
know your
boss or
boss
something.
is a dirty pig,
Mhm.
and you're not getting anywhere in that company because
Right.
you don't show the goods off
how
or
about just
whatever.
fuck them? Why don't you just fuck them?
No, that's going way too far.
Oh, but why not? I mean,
Because
you-
that's way too
but
far. Just
you
because
wanna
you show
your
your
tits.
boobs, no, you're showing cleavage. That's crack and a little bit of your chest.
So-
you're not showing everything, including the nipple and the under boob and everything.
So what you're saying is you're willing to demean yourself to get what you need, what
Yeah.
you should be rightfully gotten in the first place
Yep.
without doing that.
Yep, that's basically what you're saying.
Well, that's like guys sleep with their bosses so they can get promoted too. So what's the difference?
Well, and I'm not saying
Yeah,
that's right.
that's
That's
not
the
right
whole
either.
thing. Yeah,
There's no
I wouldn't
double
say
standard. It's the same thing with both sexes. It does not matter.
it happens a lot more with women than men. Though.
Yeah,
no,
but you know
it's
what?
publicized more with women.
If a dude was walking around with his shirt off
but at
in
the
the
same time-
office,
About
he's
80
going to get fucking written up or something.
70 to 80% of most places you go, the boss is male.
Well, understandable.
Oh, here we go.
But still in all,
Glass
but what
ceiling
I'm saying
bullshit.
is the guys are
It's not
covered up.
bullshit,
Why,
it's the truth.
why wouldn't a woman want that same standard for them? Why wouldn't they say, look, you know, I would want to wear what I want to wear, not something to please you just to get what I should be
Well,
rightfully
if
getting in the first
I choose
place?
to wear a low-cut shirt,
Right.
that's my choice.
But then how does that crosses the line of women saying, well, we don't want to be sex objects, but yet we want to be a sex
Yeah,
object?
well, women look at men as sex objects too.
Well,
so
of course. I mean,
really, it doesn't.
sex
What does
is
it
a
matter?
big thing. Sure.
I mean, when it crosses the line when you're not trying to do anything, and somebody's hitting on you constantly, because I've been in those situations before.
But see,
in
this
this
is,
uniform.
But that's what I'm saying.
In
This
this
is,
uniform.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what allows that stereotype to go on constantly, because women allow that to go on by continuing that sort of behavior.
Well, not
Yep,
necessarily.
you do.
It's not always like that. Because, like I said, in this uniform, I've been sexually harassed before, and you don't see shit. You see your hands, your neck, and your face.
But now think about this: if he didn't look at you as someone that could be done too, that wouldn't happen. But women
So?
will put themselves out there that way,
Yeah.
and even in that outfit, they'll think it's okay because it doesn't matter what you're wearing at that point. Because women are just easy, and if they want
Women
want
are
something
just
from you,
easy.
well,
Women
no,
are
that's what they're
easy.
thinking.
That's the mindset.
No, the mindset is that a woman will give you what you want as long as you're giving her what she wants.
Well, to be honest, if you look at it this way, I used to dress like a boy.
Okay.
And I'd still get hit on the same way if I wear a dress or a low-cut shirt.
But
So
once again-
honestly, what does it matter?
But what I'm saying is, as long as all those stereotypes were taken away in the first place,
They
that would
weren't-
make
they
it a
were
little.
never taken
That's
away,
right,
and
because
they never
because of the
will
comment
be.
you just made a little bit
But they
ago.
never will be.
So we might as well just let it happen.
So that's
and-
Exactly.
So that's like
it's
saying
never going to go away.
That's like saying that all kids are going to starve sooner or later. So let's not bother fixing
Yeah,
the kids
don't
at all.
even
Let's
feed
not
no,
feed any
that's
kids.
completely different
No,
level.
it's the same.
No,
it's the
it's
same
not.
kind of thought.
No, it's
because
not.
it's saying, well, it'll never really truly happen. We're never ever going to truly feed all the
Yeah.
kids in the world. So,
So
why
fuck
bother
it.
trying?
Yeah, exactly. That's like saying,
I
oh,
don't
we'll,
know, George. Why bother trying?
we'll never stop.
Just saying. Just saying. See, that's I
See,
wouldn't.
this coming from somebody who actually thinks certain ways about himself, so he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't bother trying because it's never going to change.
Well,
So it's kind of like a
Oh, wow.
hypocritical statement there.
well, For a person, for a person, I'm talking about for a whole entire gender, a whole race here of women that have been demeaned for years.
It's a gender, it's not a race.
I mean, excuse me, gender, yes, and that have allowed this to go on and still think that way.
I mean, do you like it? That's the thing.
It's like him playing the blind card whenever he needs.
Yeah, I mean,
well, if I go out,
I hate being SMJ'd, so I'm not going to push the stereotype. You know what I'm saying? So
well, if I go out with him and I wear the clothes that I want to wear,
right.
That's for his attention. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to get the attention from somebody else.
Understandable.
Well,
but what I'm saying is in a workplace or in an environment that it shouldn't be.
There's standards.
Yeah, there should be.
But,
and it shouldn't be like a girl going, I waking up this morning, you know what? I think I want to raise because I want to go get myself some new eyelashes, so I'm going to show some titty on the way in.
And you did.
How about paying your bills?
And you did say in the beginning that, hey, if it's going to get you a promotion or get you somewhere in the company, why not? You know.
And see, and I hate to say this.
But that's the problem, right?
That's the wrong mindset.
Right?
It is a problem.
But,
hey, it's like it would be like if my boss was gay and I figured, you know what?
You could take a Red Lobster or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't you go to Red Lobster with somebody?
Yeah, but that's because he invited me. It was just
and it was a free dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Because isn't that the same thing?
But we ragged on him about that. We said
that.
Because that's why. Why do you think I still rag on him about that? I said that is bitch behavior.
You don't
because
have
he used to
any new
say
material?
because no, I have plenty of new material. But he was actually saying at one time that these women to go out and get these free lunches from men and blah blah blah. And I just that's why I rag on him so much about it. It was an easy mark for me.
That's okay.
So yeah, so it was something that he called me on a double standard. And it's funny,
So here's my question.
Okay.
Because 9 times out of 10, it's most likely not going to go the other way around, where the guy's got a female boss and starts to do whatever to get whatever they want.
Right.
Is it different because it's not likely to happen that way, or is it just mainly because women are stereotyped that way to begin with?
I think that
why push the stereotype?
Anything comes with a lot of pain and suffering, and the problem is you got to get past that point.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you let that issue continue to ride the way it's going, women will never get past that.
Yep.
Well, it doesn't matter.
You will still be a sex object.
The reason it doesn't matter is because even the women who aren't out there doing that and something like that happens, they don't do anything to stop it. They just let it go.
Well, see, and that's the whole thing. How many times have I heard a woman say,
but you
if
can
she wouldn't be like that, it would make it easier for
to
me.
Your toes, and it's going to be the same thing that happens.
Men are predators. I mean, that's just the way it's been since the beginning of time. But the problem is you can't be a predator unless you're allowed to be predated upon. If you're not going to put that sort of stereotype out there, or that sort of like, I want to raise today, so like I said, little titty, maybe a little jiggly ass or something.
If I know the Humvee,
my ass is jiggly, and it's always covered.
If I know the Humvee that I know, and a dude says something crude or whatever,
he might get punched in the face.
Exactly.
He gets 3 warnings, and if he doesn't get the clue, then he's going to get punched in the face.
So really,
because I'm not looking for that attention from whoever's giving it.
So you're not even that kind of person. So I'm surprised to hear you even say, well, if it's going to get me a promotion, then why not?
No, I'm not that kind of person, but I know people like that.
Oh, yeah.
And doesn't it make it rough for you? Now here's
because
here's what I'm saying.
I'm different than most people. I have no problem opening my mouth and saying something about it.
But now think about this. But think about this. If those women weren't doing that, wouldn't it make it a little easier for you down the line? Not every man thinking that every woman's just going to be a hoochie hoo hoo to get whatever she wants.
They've always thought that.
But no. You can't always say they've not always thought that. A man will not step over a line that he's not supposed to most of the time. I'm not saying every time.
Depends on who the man is and what his morals are.
But what I'm saying, exactly right. But they will not step over that line for fear of going to prison now and stuff. That the repercussions that could come from that.
No,
so,
I know quite a few men that will do that.
Okay. Now think about what if you know a decent man, right? And every woman he's met. What if it's every woman he's met up until you has said, hey, I'll give you this and that and the other. Now this man's under the impression that that's the way most fucking women are. That's how you treat a woman. Now isn't that the wrong impression to give a man?
Most women are under the assumption that men are.
Well, it's like the guy you were just talking about.
And why is that?
Remember the guy you were just
talking about? It all depends on how they're raised too and how they're shown to view women.
Well, like the passenger you spoke about earlier.
I think if we clean up,
dirty old man.
I think if we actually just start cleaning up our fucking morals just a goddamn little bit.
Nobody has any fucking morals.
But that's
anymore.
the problem. But nobody wants to correct it either.
How are you going to instill morals on people?
It's like anything else. It takes generation after generation.
But that's a personal choice,
right?
But it can be a personal choice. But also leadership is the direction direction a country will follow or a people will follow too. You know, we didn't
look
get
how
to
well that's
gang
going.
we didn't get to gang banging and all this other bullshit without the leadership directing it that way. Now we can reverse it. It may take the time to reverse it again too, but it can be done. But just throwing our hands up and saying, "Hey, look, you know, I want to raise and jiggle bob 'em up fuck over here,"
it's
the wrong way to think. I mean, honestly, I mean that's what I
never
believe.
said it was the right way to think,
Right.
but it does work in some situations.
It does work, sure.
Well, it does, but why?
But I mean,
why
what if you
push
sit
that?
there?
Why allow that though?
Well,
That's
what if
what
you
I'm
sit there
saying.
and you bust your ass constantly and you're not going anywhere, and it's a job that you enjoy actually doing?
Well, then
and
find
you wanna
another
move,
place to work.
It's not that simple usually.
Okay.
Well, then
suck some dick. That'll fix
So
it.
I didn't say suck dick. I didn't say anything like that.
Wow, he took it right to the extreme, didn't he?
See, now you're taking it beyond to sexual favors, which in turn becomes prostitution.
Well, but hey,
I
why
didn't
not?
say
You're gonna put your tits in the guy's face. That's
No,
prostitution.
I didn't say that either.
You know. So you said something about a low cut shirt.
A
and
low
if
cut
it's gonna
shirt,
get you this
show a
and-
little cleavage, gets you a little attention. They're going to start noticing what you're doing.
But wait a minute, didn't you just tell me you didn't want attention from like that from other men?
Oh, I don't go for attention like that.
Well, see, so that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. So right now,
So you're contradicting
that's a
yourself.
contradiction.
No.
So it would be kind of confusing.
Okay. Okay, should I put it in a view as for somebody else?
Sure.
Okay.
Because I have friends out there that have done that, and they've busted their ass for 6-7 years in one
Right.
company to get nowhere. But as soon as they start showing, you know, wearing tighter clothes or wearing dresses to work or a little bit lower cutter shirt, like the little V-necks,
Right.
so you see like maybe an inch of cleavage, if not 2 inches
Right.
of cleavage. And then they finally start getting somewhere because they're being noticed because of the way they're dressed, the way that they look.
Why demean yourself?
But see, that's the whole thing.
But that's not necessarily demeaning
that's like
yourself.
simply
you enjoy
saying-
the way you look and you like what you're wearing.
But no,
it's
no,
not
no, no. That's
demeaning.
not what you said. What you said was
Yes, but these girls I
show
know
more
do,
to get
do
what
like
you want.
that.
Okay, so but that's like almost going out and saying, well, you know what? I can't go get a job, so I'm going to take the easy way out and start dealing drugs. You know,
No.
I'm going to do something fucked up because I don't want to bust my ass to make this right so generations after this won't have to suffer this bullshit any longer. So let's just take the easy way out and let someone else deal with it.
Or you know how I was bitching.
That doesn't
yesterday.
sound like you. I mean, I'm not
Yeah,
saying
that's
you,
totally
but
not
I'm
you.
simply stating.
No, because I'm an asshole.
But it is. It really is. It's perpetuating the
want me to do a
bullshit
second
longer and
It
longer.
is, but
Right.
I mean, where are you gonna get in? Like, you look at Las Vegas. What does Las Vegas run off of?
Well, it's Sin City.
What does Las Vegas run off of besides gambling and alcohol?
Titty and ass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how it works in most industries here. If you're gonna show your tits and your ass or show what you have without being completely naked,
Okay.
You know,
Let's
with clothes
see. All
on?
right,
Let's see.
But see, all right, like in
Okay.
my job, I'm the
Yeah.
blind guy poster boy, supposedly, right? So I guess I should just act out the stereotype completely when I go to fucking speaking events.
no,
I
you're
should
already
rock back and
blind, so it
forth.
doesn't matter. You rock
Oh.
back and forth sometimes anyway.
No, I
Well,
don't.
let's
Yes,
not.
you do.
Let's not change anything. You know, and,
That's
this,
Slade,
that
not
this is
me.
the problem with the way society is nowadays. It's like let the fucked up shit keep running. Let's not change it, but let's all fucking sign a petition so Bruce Jenner can get his goddamn fucking thing take back because
shit is
he's a
that?
woman now and should not have ever been allowed to be as a man and competing. We can do this kind of shit, right? We can fight for that kind of bullshit. Yet we can't change the things that are truly fucked up.
Oh shit! It's like, and this guy gets an award for what he's done, and he's so brave.
No,
and
they
give him
actually
accolades.
they've actually signed
won,
a petition.
He won a medal in the Olympics for
Yeah.
tennis.
So what they're doing is
But
they're
the petition is to take away his medal because
Back
now
at
that he's a
30
woman,
years ago.
they're saying that 30 years ago when he got this medal, I think
was
it
a
was
man.
actually 40 years ago. 'Cause
something
he's
like that. It was
66
quite a
or
long
something.
time ago. Yeah.
But they're trying to say that he knew all along that he was truly a woman on the inside. Well,
And
guess
women weren't
what?
allowed to compete in that at the
he
time.
still
So
has his penis. He looks like a woman. He has boobs, but he still has his dick and balls.
But this is what's
but
important.
before
Again,
that,
that's what
he
I'm
had
saying.
that.
That's what's important.
this is the
though.
bullshit.
Yes, that's what they're saying is important.
Yes.
Oh,
But
so
they got a
therefore we
petition.
should just
People,
let it be
people are
important.
signing this fucking petition.
Yeah, people are that into it. But yet, you're right. They're not interested in changing their moral behavior.
We got
or any of
Clarence
that
here. He's
shit.
going to be starting his show on the 18th. He's going to be talking about some stuff that's got some fucking issues, you know, that needs to be changed too. And the problem is it doesn't get changed until somebody does it.
Yep. It takes that first person to stand up
Yeah,
and do their
you
shit.
have to. And he may not be the man that changes it all
You're
entirely.
welcome to sit over here if you want, man. If you want to sit next to me.
But he's going to be
Get on the mic
he's
and
going to be
shit.
the guy to open it up. So it needs to be touched on. It's like, you know, instead of letting this shit keep going and keep perpetuating to do nothing but more bullshit down the line, let's stop this stuff. Start stopping it now. Bottom line, it got started somewhere. It can be fucking reversed and changed also.
Yep.
I think women should be respected just as much as fucking men, just because they say, or you know, it's been a long time honored tradition that women can't do what men can do. Well, that is true. Not not every damn thing they can do, and we can't do everything they can do. But we are equals. It doesn't matter in one way.
Yeah.
But, you know, and this is what's broken up family life, family value, which Clarence, I'm sure, will be happy to speak on that one. This is what's broken down our fucking entire society. This is why we stand where we stand nowadays. And this is the bullshit that goes on.
What about, what's that statement? You may start as a trickle, but it'll end as a, what the fuck is that?
A tickle? I don't know.
No. It's something basically saying you can, something about a trickle can turn into an avalanche or take somebody
A trickle can break a fucking dam and drown a town.
That's what I'm saying.
I wasn't going to say anything. I was just going to sit over there and listen. But then you got
man, come on.
I,
You know you gotta
I was going to. But I got to share this with you because last night I wake up, and I swear this is the truth. I come out in the living room, and on HBO there's this show on, and it's about the gay lesbian thing, and it's down in Mississippi, and I'm from Alabama, so you know I really wanted to
did something on G Motors already.
It was so
I just had to say that if he's listening.
But here's reality, man. I'm sitting there listening to this stuff, and I really felt bad because I'm going to be honest with you, it unnerved me. My stomach started to feel bad.
What we were just talking about?
I mean, and here, and I'm a pretty nice guy. I don't have a phobia of no kind, and I love everybody and everything. But I'll be honest with you. That sudden radical departure from what I have always known to be right is starting to fuck with me.
It's
starting to fuck
with all the good people. And that's what's going on. Yeah,
because that's how we were. You know, we were taught this is what you do. You're courteous. You behave a certain way.
Your pants are up above your ass crack.
Right now, all of a sudden we're being taught. Oh no,
unless your butt's too big and it just pops out once in a while.
Everything you were taught is all wrong, and we need to change it around now. And you're like, wait a minute, what kind of shit is this?
Yeah.
My programming is working differently. You know
I told my wife, I go, I need therapy. What about me?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you see a movie, what about Bob? Well, what about me?
Right.
I mean, you want me to make all these radical changes. You want me to make all of these exceptions about things in life that I know to be wrong.
Yeah.
And you want me to make these changes.
Accept them and take them as the way they're at face value, right?
Man, I tell you what, somewhere out there in the horizon, there's death for me, and it's looking better every day.
And this is exactly what I've said. I've talked about this. I don't want to live in a world like this. If I can't do something to change it, then I'm a worthless piece of shit, and I should just be taken the fuck out. Bottom line, because I'm not a true human at that point. I'm one of these other people that allow this shit to go on, and I don't want to be that person. I want to know when I get out of this goddamn planet and I leave this place, I've done some good fucking somewhere and helped along my fucking human race and everything else that should be done.
Oh, it's like when you crack on me when I say, well, people should use common sense, and you kind of laugh and you go, oh, hey,
There's
that's
no
dead.
such thing.
Well, that's the problem.
That's some bullshit. You know?
They gotta buy that shit now too. You know that, right?
Well, that's it. You know, it's like
some of us slip through the cracks.
I still believe in common sense. I still believe in morals.
And you know what the fucked up part? If you look at this panel right here of everybody that's talking, we've got Clarence, which is in your 60s.
63.
I'm going to be hitting 50. I'm 47. Maxwell, you are.
I'll be 40.
You'll be 40.
I'm 29.
And she's 29. We got jump on generation down almost 10 years on each going back. So we're all sitting here discussing the same thing. So where really is this? Who are these people that don't see this shit's fucked up, and we do? Because we're not talking we're talking a big huge gap here in time.
That's the thing. They know it's fucked up, and they know it's going to fuck other people up, and it's for control.
But why? Money. But it's allowed to be done because, and no offense to Humvee over here, but with that kind of think about, you know, and like she said about we'll just go show the titty, a little bit of titty, you'll get what you want. Well, that's helping fuck up what's going on nowadays.
And it all started in corporate bullshit America. I'm sorry. Corporate America started that shit.
And that's what she's talking about.
Right.
She couldn't get up in a corporate fucking job and be the boss because unless she's showing titties, and she still isn't going to get it.
Which is a bullshit.
Yeah.
You should get your job on your merit. You know what I'm saying?
You should.
So,
but you don't. That's not how it is here.
And then think about this. Now, how many marriages have been broken up over something like that? The woman going out, having to flirt with the boss to get, and now the man that she's married to is pissed off because he doesn't want his woman having to do this.
Understandable.
So now it causes tension in the family life. You know, and how many kids have been left behind because of dirt balls like that?
Right.
You know, I was talking to you guys about the block report and the illegitimacy, and the upside of that is that when men run out on the women who are actually left and who are doing it the right way are very strong.
Yes,
they're taking on the 2 jobs, and they're driving the kids to the private schools. They're doing whatever it takes to get and break that chain of shit that these families have been in forever and forever.
And those are the people that I respect. You know what I'm saying? Those are the women that I taught, not these clerical like the ones I was talking about last night. You know,
some of them are made up in your mind though too.
No, those are the women. You know what? I was talking about.
That's all that Freon he has.
No, with the ones that she's talking about are the ones that I was talking about. Are the same kind. Oh, I'll just wear some low cut shit and flash my titties, you know, and be a dumb bitch.
But see, going back to the point is that strong a black woman that's having to do that shouldn't have to do that. You know, that situation where flashing titties to get. You shouldn't have to do that.
No.
You know,
And I don't do it.
And that's the
Right.
point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
But people are having to live that kind of reality to move ahead. And you know, here's the reality: you do that shit, but when you close the door at night and you put your head on that pillow, I don't care how much money or what you got in the advancement of that shitty act that you just got involved in, you feel bad.
Yeah, you do.
Fuck yeah, you do.
No matter what you tell yourself, you're taking your self-esteem
right.
and shooting it in the fucking ass.
Yep.
No matter what you tell yourself.
You got to live with you.
Because in the long run, after you've accumulated all this stuff, what kind of person have you become?
Yeah, I got him. All I had to do was blow him.
Yeah.
Right. And you know, in your mind, you feel like shit.
Right, but come on, give me a break.
And no matter how much you try to tell yourself that you feel good about what you've done and you're happy because you got that brand new Lexus or whatever you're driving, you feel like a piece of shit knowing how you got it.
I mean, that's like saying, hey, man, I'm in prison. I just let a dude ass rape me so I can stay safe.
Man,
yeah, I survived another day.
Did that really happen? Is that a true story?
That's like my brother.
He's going to protect me.
Well, that's kind of like my brother. He's been to prison multiple times, and he's white, and he had to he went in. He said the only way that he could keep from getting killed or beaten or whatever was to get white pride tattooed across his chest.
Yep, just get a
car.
car.
Well, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. My daughter's mixed. That was her favorite uncle, and he's got white pride written across his fucking
Holy
chest.
shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So what kind of society are we looking at here?
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, what kind of challenge do we all really have to straighten and clear this bullshit up?
The prison culture is fucked up anyway. We all know
It
that.
doesn't matter though, because I know people who've been to prison that are white.
Sure.
That did not get that shit tattooed onto them. That's just stupid.
I mean,
listen,
like I said, prison's fucked up anyway.
My take on that's always been different. It's probably a lot different than what you guys are thinking. Here's what I believe.
Okay.
I don't believe that the tattoo of white power has anything to do. The rhetoric that comes behind it, I think, is the most important thing, because just be honest with one another. I don't think there's anything wrong with being prideful of who you are. And if you happen to be white, I think that's okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But
No,
the whole,
it's just
we hate
the
niggers
statement
mentality.
they were making.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
As long as it doesn't, it's all in what's behind it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But
Thought
hey,
process.
if I came in,
There's not much
don't
thought
be
behind
mad
there.
at me because I'm prideful of who I am.
Right.
I won't. But at the same time, I'm not going to come behind and use that in some negative, condescending
it's like-
way.
right.
And
You
that's,
know what I
that's
mean?
the way it
When a
was
black
used,
man
and
puts
that's
on
why I
an
didn't appreciate anything.
When a black man puts on an African medallion, automatically he's considered
a militant.
Oh, he's militant. He's angry and
Right.
no, it's bullshit. He's proud.
You can be
of who he
proud
is.
of who you are. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's nothing
it's like you
wrong
said.
with
It's the intention behind it and
That's
what you're.
right.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
where it gets fucked up.
That's right.
Exactly.
You know, I've always wondered. You know, I mean, I'm from the South, and I tell you what, I've seen a lot of things at 60 because you can do the math. You know what I mean? where I was then. But here's reality is I don't think there's never been anything wrong with one being proud of what you do and proud of your. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, and as a society, this is what you're talking about. We've gotten so far away from what's really real. You know what? It's almost sinful for you to be proud of who you are.
It is.
It's
You're
almost
right.
sinful.
How dare you?
It
to
is.
say what you fucking really feel.
Yeah, exactly.
I get told that I'm
you're
too.
racist. You're this.
Yeah.
You know.
I got told I was racist one time, quite a few times actually. I've been told that I'm very rude and derogatory because I don't sugarcoat shit. I don't do it for my kids. I'm not going to do it for an adult.
You know, that's why we're getting to that issue. Is like it's so many issues that people are spending money on in our community, and these are the kind of issues that they're. And I'd still have to come back to it. As far as I'm concerned, all of that shit doesn't mean anything to me if we don't correct the problem that I know is the biggest problem. So I'm gonna tell you guys on the 18th.
And the 18th.
6
o'clock.
Still a minute from you.
6 p.m.
6 right before me.
Hoping you're there. You will be here.
I'll be here. I'll be walking in.
It's the Block Report. I love you.
Block Report on the 18th will be the first premiere of the Block Report here on alltalkradio.net. So you got to be there. Yeah, I know.
Okay, I'll pay you back.
Thanks, man. Just buy me pizza. We'll be, no, better
He
yet.
likes to eat.
Better yet, Red Lobster.
Oh no!
Oh, wow.
You got to wear a lower cut shirt for that.
Really?
Right back, bitches.
Yes.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul, hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
Hey, most people don't plan to fail, but a lot of people fail to plan, and it really don't have to be like that. What you know about an IRA or a tax-deferred 401k? What you gotta pay to the government? Ever heard of a tax-exempt retirement? That's info most folks don't know. What you gonna do if you live too long? What you gonna do if you die too soon? Can your spouse afford the house? Will your family go bankrupt if you get sick? You got a plan in place to cover medical debt? I'm not talking about Advil, I'm speaking on long-term ill. You ever seen a bill from that home where Big Mama went to live? It's like $73,000 a year. How you gonna pay for that? 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 You work hard every day, but you really don't like it. You're looking at a retirement crisis. Got a good education, got a good job, got the age and the time, but still got robbed in 2008 when the market crashed. Wanna tell your boss to kiss your bus pass, but you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. Said you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. So you wake up in the morning and you put on your game face. Then you run out the house late, headed to the same place. On the bus like I'm stuck in your core like I'm stuck. What you need is a solution, more income and less confusion. What you gonna do, where you gonna go, who you gonna talk to get the info and get money? You can talk to me, you can talk to me, we got what you need, or you can join the team. Build yourself, then build your wealth by sharing what you learn with somebody else. Each one, teach one how money works. Stay compliant so nobody gets hurt. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Hey, this is Travis. This song was recorded to get your attention. I have some powerful financial information that you should hear. The things that you need to put in place for a solid financial foundation in case you live too long, die too soon, if you become disabled or need to go into a home, or if you simply need access to a tax-free supplemental retirement or emergency fund. We have the information to put these proper plans in place in case any of these things happen. Contact me at my email. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. Let's set up an appointment, sit down at the kitchen table or coffee shop somewhere. I'll show you the information. If you have the need and the means, let's get it done. Or if you're looking for a business with a great compensation plan and a proven system, you should join the team. I know this business isn't for everyone, but it's one of those rare situations where if we all follow the system, it can be a win for all involved. The companies win, the clients win, or the families win, the brokers win. We're entrepreneurs, we're our own bosses. Everyone is a broker. We can make good money and travel around the world on the company's dime. Let's at least try to do it.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fuck a buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you'll be getting a ticket. And if you
Straight to the
hollering at a
guts,
broad,
blind
you'll
to
be
the
getting
facts.
digits. Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scams. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic like you already know. Get him, Jay!
We think it's the banning of
We
speech
are
First Amendment protected
anonymous.
material.
And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch jerk man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Back to the STEM radio show with a whole panel of whack jobs that don't know what the hell's up. We'll start with the first one, Maxwell Silverhammer.
God damn, I'm the worst case. So, yeah, well, real quick. So we were just talking. We were talking about a lot of shit, real powerful shit. But I just wanted to,
Clarence, let's have you move over a little bit there so we can get you better in the screen.
So we're ready for Monday. We're set. We're in there. We got the guidelines down.
Yeah, pretty much
for the challenge.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just can't, you can't rag about women. That's all. You can talk about things that bother you, but you can't rag on them.
I'd say what she did was stupid, but I can't say you fucking vaginal bleed.
You can't say none of that stuff.
I'm coming in for your shows next week.
Cool. All right, so now we
But you know what? This is what I was thinking, and I know what we were talking about outside. I think we can cover that later if we can. But you know what? This is what I would like to see, because we have got an eclectic group right here right now. We've got a white woman, we've got a black older man, we've got a blind white man, and we've got a regular Caucasian guy. What would we like to see changed in our own fucking stereotype and bullshit?
Oh shit! Well, you hear about my SMJs.
That's what I'm saying. You know what bothers us the most as individuals that we see for our own people that bothers us.
Well, see, and I don't like the term "my people."
Well, no,
that's the thing.
Well, I understand that, but what I'm saying is you're blind, so obviously you've got your blind disability that everybody says.
So you're blind people.
So and now Clarence is a black man, so he's got his.
I call it us folks.
We've got a younger woman here, and we've got me, middle-aged fucking dude.
We call y'all we folks.
Yeah, the we folks.
We folks,
right,
us folks.
right.
but you know what? Even
we could throw an older lady in, but she's running around on her hamster wheel.
Folks, I don't know.
But you know, it's kind of funny though, because Jerkman, the way you said it just now, this shows you how we're so
programmed.
Because you said, and you got me, the regular white dude.
Well, and that's it,
You
and
know
that's
what I'm saying?
exactly it. That's what it's. You have to put it out there the way it is,
And it's okay.
It's
Right.
okay to do
And
that.
it's okay.
Exactly right.
And it's okay.
Right. I mean, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing, man. You know, sometimes you're trying to change who you call people. You know,
Who wants to start this? I mean, who wants to say for their own personal view what they would see for their person or their people or their
All right.
whatever? You know, what would they see like to be changed about it? I mean, if you were going to change something,
Shit.
what would it be?
I got some shit. Okay, for blind.
Okay, go ahead.
For blind people.
I figured you jump on first. So
Yeah, of course, because I'm the big mouth here.
no, I'd never say that.
For blind people, though, you know, this whole listening to what sighted people say and following sighted stereotypes, you know, where, you know, oh, this is how you got to be, you're less than, so you need people to help you all the time, and you need people to do things for you, and no, you can't go out and work, no, you should collect the government check, and, you know, this whole letting sighted people, letting your oversighty, as I call them, you know, control who you are and what you do. You know, you got to stop that shit, because otherwise you're just going to be going to the blind center.
Well, now here's the biggest problem with this whole fucking situation.
Okay.
Is what do you do to change it?
Well, it starts at home. It starts with you as a blind person. Now, me as a blind person, I'm speaking from my experience, and I'm saying, hey, this is what I did. You know, I didn't listen to sighted people all the time.
So you cut your own way through it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was fortunate because I had parents that, you know, let me go out and do things and experience life. But I see other blind people, and I guess my thing, you know, you motherfuckers want inspiration? All right, here you go. Here's some fucking inspiration. You know, stop sucking the sight man's dick. You know, start fucking, you know, get your own, you know, shit going on.
But isn't there a catch-22 with that? Because you do need sighted assistance at a certain point.
Of course we do.
So where does that line get balanced? So it's like we were saying earlier with Humvee here, you know, well, I've got to show a little cleavage but I don't want to do that because I don't. So where's the balance kick in?
Well, and this is where I would incorporate here, Clarence, a.k.a. Numbnuts, whatever. You know, that's like saying, you know, hey, I'm a black man, and the only way I'm going to get ahead is collect the white man's welfare. No, bullshit. You know, going to school, getting a job, doing what you do, you know, and obviously, you know, Clarence, you broke out of that bullshit system.
Hey, listen, here's what I know.
Wait a minute. Oh, whoa. Before we go ahead and move on to that, he just said you broke out of that system. How do you know he was in it to begin with?
Because he knows.
Because he didn't
Okay, fair enough.
Because
he knows.
Everybody, you know what? You're always born into a system. It's up to you to break it.
He knows.
It's, you know, we're all born into a system. I was born into the system too. As a blind person, I could have easily been, had I had different parents or different mindset, you know, I could be like, well, you know, the person that we always talk about, Jerkman.
Right.
You know, I could be like that person where, you know, I need help.
So you would
wiping my
encourage
ass.
that person and how to break out of this and change it for you, because obviously when people are doing that, it makes it hard for you.
Hell yes.
So,
exactly.
and this is what I was saying to Humvee earlier. If girls are out showing her tits to get raises and stuff, it makes it hard for her. Bottom line.
Absolutely.
And it's doing the same thing for you. Now, if blind people are walking around pretending like they can't do anything without Sighty McJesus's, you know, help or whatever, or Sighty's help. Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, it makes it hard for you because then everybody starts to stereotype that as every blind person needs their assistance no matter what it is.
You got it. You hit the nail on the head. But it's funny because I've had a lot of, as I've told you, arguments in some of these blind groups because a lot of them are like, you know, you can't just sit and bash sighted people. We want acceptance, but yeah, we bash sighted people. Well, yeah, motherfucker, because you're sitting there begging for crumbs from them.
Right.
You know?
So right there, like I said, down the line, it's a trickle-down effect where you feel it later on.
Yes.
When you know there's something you could do, and you damn well know they could probably do it too if they put their mind to it, but they're taking the easy way out. They're wearing that low-cut shirt to get what they want.
Well, that's like when I used to drive him around.
Right.
Some of the people I would be training or other riders we would have in the van, and I wouldn't help him out. I just open the door, say, here you go, and tell them where the curb was sometimes.
And now would they get mad at you because they expected it?
Yeah,
no, they would tell me I'm mean because I didn't walk
that's
him
what
to the
I'm
door.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Because you didn't do more.
Because I didn't walk him to the door. I didn't
open the
help
door
him over the curb or open the door and take him where he had
Which
to go.
you damn well know is
I go,
something-
you know what? He's more than capable of it. I don't need to hold his hand.
But good for you for breaking that, because also it's a two-way street because it takes other sighted people. I remember when, I'll tell you, I was in kindergarten. I remember this shit. I went to an IEP meeting for myself, where every student has what's called an IEP, individualized educational plan.
Yep.
And so I'm sitting there with my parents and my VH teacher at the time, and he's saying to me, you're not always going to have your teddy bear. You're not always going to have your parents. You're going to have to start learning to do things on your own. And I thought he was such a dick at the time. You know what I'm saying?
But he was right, wasn't
And
he?
he sure the fuck was. And I'll tell you what happened.
You got to grow up someday, right?
As I got older, I respected that. And as a matter of fact, in 2011, when he retired, I spoke at his retirement party and thanked him.
Well, let me ask you a question. How many blind people do you think, and how much, when it comes down to it, how much do you think that they play a part in it?
Oh, a big part, because they're letting it happen. Like we say.
Right. I mean, do you think, obviously.
Although if you don't know any better, that's another thing, too. If you've never been taught. But, if you see other things, you know what I'm saying? Like you look over the wall and you see the kids playing. You go, damn, I wish I could be there with the kids playing. Well, obviously those kids got the fuck out there somewhere. So how do you get out there and play with the rest of the kids?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So instead of just sitting behind the wall and accepting, whatever you're given, the bone you're thrown, you go, wait a minute. Okay. There's a gate here somewhere. If there isn't a gate, I climb over the motherfucker. If I can't climb over it, well, then I'll jump on a bird's back and fly over the wall. Anything you got to fucking do to get out of that shit.
Okay.
Hey, listen, I hear you. And you talk about change and things that you see and you want to do. And you know what? And let me just talk about my vision.
Yeah,
for
go
what
for
I
your
see.
thing, man.
And here's
Yeah,
reality.
your turn. Go ahead.
This. I just really be honest with you, because mine is just it's twofold. But the biggest thing is this: you guys know what the problem is, because I talked about that the last segment. So I don't even got to go over that again. But I'm going to go on your thing. Solution. What would I like to see? Because what we need in African American communities, we need solutions to our problems, because we know what they are, but no one wants to talk about it. Here, I think of one word: education. I'm going to tell you what: if we don't start educating ourselves and educating our way out of these situations, we are doomed. I got to tell you, you take about all of the problems that are tenfold, to include the illegitimacy, to include the crime, to include all of it. The only way to get out of that, man, is you got to get educated. I mean, you've got to be educated. And you ask me, you said, how did you get out? Clarence, how did you get out? Man, I can give it to you in one word: education.
Yep.
I learned how to fucking
do something.
And if it wasn't school, it was through life.
And you know what's so funny? And you know what's so funny right now is that you both said this pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, I was
It
just going to
comes
say
down
that.
to the educational part of it and learning how to deal, cope, and change.
Actually, it's funny because I was going to go all the way around, because I bet you all of us are going to say the same goddamn thing.
I bet you may be.
Well, I just know that, when you undereducate anybody in anything, it's a problem, and it's a societal problem, and it goes tenfold. And like you were saying, if you don't break this now, you never do. One of the things that my father always told me, he would say, "Hey, son, your children have to do better than you." And I've made sure that you've done better, and he did. And and I can honestly say that was something that my father was absolutely keen on.
A proponent of.
A proponent of. You have to make sure that generation coming behind you has to do better. And let me tell you, when I see generations moving forward and they're getting worse, that scares the living shit out of me. That's all under education.
Yeah.
Nobody breaks the cycle.
Well, actually, we got a hamster here now too, because
right.
she's all hyped up into this.
Nobody breaks the cycle.
Yeah,
I mean, we need someone to go on, stand there, and say, "Hey, what you were taught was wrong.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're wrong. Look at me, like Brett, like."
Well, we got to jump onto this part of it though, because we've said about everything else. Now you're in your 70s.
Yeah.
And you're a white lady.
No, she's
apparently.
not in her 70s.
So
Stop.
yeah, she's
There
70.
she is.
So
That's true.
So obviously there's something probably for your generation or your for women or whatever that you would like to see change. I mean, I don't know which one you two want to go next, but whoever wants to. What do you think should be changed? Just from your generation, your age.
Society in general.
Well, no, we're talking about a specific. We're talking about a specific for an older white female.
There's just so many things that have gone on that have happened that don't have to. I mean, Maxwell is a perfect example. You know, he stood up.
If that motherfucker was born.
Well, you stood up and said, "Look, you don't have to go by the stereotype that everybody tells you. What
Right.
your family was taught isn't correct. I don't have to be led around.
Yep.
You know, you don't have
See,
to.
you were getting all bent there for a second.
Yeah,
No, I thought it was funny. I was just fucking with her.
You don't have to do this because who said you had to?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm proof that you don't.
But
you know.
But now what we're saying for you, for
I
women
know.
in your age group,
I mean,
what's
because there's got to be something that you're being
that you see-
stereotyped in that is
Yeah,
just
that I'm
totally
an old
wrong.
lady and I have to look like an old lady and
Okay,
I have to
well,
dress like an
there
old
you
lady
go.
and
There
I have
you
to
go.
talk like an old lady, but I don't know what
so,
that's like.
So shouldn't you have short hair right now and
I should
and
have
that,
short
that
gray
gray
hair.
perm?
Yeah.
and orthopedic shoes?
I should be wearing
and-
my spandex, which wouldn't be too bad if I was wearing. I made her laugh.
Well, and so you think like the old women that are perpetuating this bullshit, right?
Well, if I would believe that that's what I'm supposed to be, then I would have followed that.
Mm-hmm.
But I always, you know, stood out and made my own decisions. I didn't have
Right.
people tell me what I needed to be, how I needed to be it, and what I needed to
So
do.
you live it to change it.
Yeah, right. Because
Pretty much that's it. We got to live things to change it.
Well, but you have to take what you were taught and say, no, this is okay, this isn't okay. You don't, you know, it's just the generation after generation has changed so much.
Yeah,
I mean,
always
I don't
said
even
it.
know what this generation is.
I
I
always just said,
don't.
I don't have to believe everything my daddy told me.
No.
I mean, my daddy was a good man, but I'll be honest with you, I just did not believe everything he told me.
But like you said,
I did not.
but what did you say earlier? You said you take that step above,
Right.
and he wanted you to. So you listened to what he said, but
Right.
took that one step
But
above.
yeah, and you
Right.
took the good
I took the
part
good
out-
stuff,
You
you know.
took
Yeah.
the
I
good
took the
stuff
good
out of
stuff,
it.
yeah,
You,
but he- you know, he-
didn't look at it and
Right.
say, oh, well, you know, I'm going to show you because
No.
you don't know what
No.
you're talking.
Oh, no.
You took out of it what you needed.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
To improve
be
for the
who
better.
you are, yes, to make it better.
It's
And
like,
you're starting to do that again.
You know, when computer companies put computers out, well, that's why we bitch about the updates all the time. You know, an update is supposed to be the better version of what we originally had.
Yes.
But now we're even seeing it with our electronics, where the update is shittier than the
and we
prior
accept
version.
what they give us.
Right. Yes.
And that's pretty
Yeah,
much like
we-
society.
yeah.
We've been told what we're supposed to be doing and saying, and we accept it and do it.
But there are things, there are bases, there are, you know, you're supposed to be able to decipher between what is real and what really needs to be and what you were taught, and you have to figure it out for yourself, and you have to apply
But-
some, like when I was younger, our children were taught to do certain
Wow,
things.
once again, here we go with education, huh?
And
It's
yes,
education.
it's all
You know,
education.
here's what I can
It's
tell you.
all.
We could go around, and you said it. We could go around this table, and I think
Right,
we'll all be
right.
talking in codes.
But we're all in one.
But it's
It's
code
the
for
same
education.
thing.
But it's code for
Yep.
education.
And when,
it
when we say
really, really-
when we say education, we don't necessarily mean, you know, going to college.
No,
and all
no,
that.
no,
It means
no.
life,
No,
life
I
education.
don't mean sitting in a classroom or
Yeah.
Right.
taking some
Self-education.
standardized tests. Yeah, I don't mean that at all.
Self-education.
You know,
Yep.
the
You know,
education
there was
that
And
which,
do
you
you
know,
know
the-
what the best education is?
Life.
The best education is the person who has done it and is showing it. Kind of like Maxwell, you know,
Right.
and
Look at it this way. You know, there's tribes right now that are dying off. There's tribes that have been around for 3,000-4,000 years that have passed down generation to generation, shamanism, even voodoo, whatever. And all these are being lost right now. Do you realize how many medical herbs we have lost over the years of not being taught and not being passed down that we have lost forever that could have cured a lot of things that nobody even knows about any longer?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
Just because that education was not passed on from generation to generation.
So what we're not saying, what we're saying and not saying is what you were taught isn't always something wrong or bad. It's just on how you decipher it and how you
How you
apply
used
it,
it, yep.
and what you can do with it.
Mankind has not made it to where it is by accepting what was told to them and sticking only to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Mankind
you-
has
using it
arisen
for-
above everything that they've learned and added to, like Clarence said that his father had passed on to him. You know, take what I've got, take the best of what I've got, use your head, and amplify the piss out of that.
Yeah, and I didn't always agree with my parents.
Every
but
great idea was a bad one.
Yeah, started out as a bad idea.
that's it.
Every great idea was a bad
Yeah,
one.
you look at it and
really
you
was.
say, okay, what am I going to do with this? What can be done with it? Is it a good stereotype?
So wait a minute.
Is it a
Right.
stupid stereotype? What
So what's
is
the
it?
solution for yours? For like we said, for the stigmatization that they put down on you for like older women should have spandex, hair.
Well, and now let me clarify this too. I'm not saying when you're 70 years old you got to look like you're 20. Now that's not what I'm saying.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Don't misquote me or look
We're
at
not.
it.
We're not. We're letting you do all the talking.
don't get the opinion that I'm saying. Okay,
That you
I'm
shouldn't
70,
be out wearing like the muffin top pants, and you
and
can
I
see.
should go have 100 Botox, and I should try to look like I'm 20. No, look, be who you are and what you are. If you want your hair that way, that's fine. But you should be okay with who you are, and not try to make somebody else be who you think they should be. You shouldn't.
No,
You put
she's
somebody.
right.
You put shouldn't put somebody down for who they are, unless it's something that's very detrimental.
Right, or something
she's
that's holding you
talking about-
back or
Yes.
something.
She's talking about passing it on.
Yeah.
And it's really good because we can all take passing on and take it to our own particular situation.
Absolutely.
Let me talk about
Right.
passing on in
Yeah.
my situation from where I see it. It's just so. It's a tragedy every time, and not every time. So I don't want to generalize, but for the most part, in my community, when we make it and when we get educated, we generally take that education and we move on somewhere else. We just take it away from our community. I got to tell you, man, wouldn't it be awesome? Now, you see, when I was coming up as a child, the black police, they lived in my neighborhood. They didn't live on the other side of the track.
Yeah.
Right.
When I walked to school, I passed
Yeah.
by
But
the
you-
teachers' houses.
Right.
And,
You know what, though?
it was just different. I mean,
I-
you were there. The people who could make a difference to pass
Were all
things
in your
on,
area,
they
yeah.
lived in my community.
Right.
Now they don't.
No,
They
yeah.
get their claim to fame in the black community and they leave.
Well,
Yeah.
but here's the other thing, though.
Scourge. Look,
Yeah,
number
yeah.
two.
Well, let me just throw another piece of meat out for this one, though. Sometimes when you've got a group of people that all they want to do is take that person down for now, moving up a rung. You know what I'm saying? After a while, you're like, fuck, my community doesn't. Same thing with blind people. They don't want to. They want to be pulled up. They want a hand up. They don't want to actually move up there like that other person. They
do
want
you-
that assistance.
But see, and that's
Maxwell,
it.
do you really think though? I mean, like I grew up, but there weren't any blind people around when I grew up. There
Sure,
were,
but-
but I didn't see them because they put them just like, okay, let me tell you, everybody in my day and age was segregated.
Right.
Blind people went to the blind
Schools.
place.
Yeah,
Yes.
the blind schools,
You
the blind
did not see
institutions.
anybody in your school that was handicapped.
But here's what you're seeing now, and like I said, I've had a lot of blind people. Hey man, could you get me a job? Can you do? And I'm like, well, no, man, but you can still get a job. Just because I'm not getting you a job doesn't mean you
Hey
can't
Max,
use
can
the
I give you
motherfucking
a
tools.
word of advice?
Yeah.
What you should probably do, though, is truly, I mean, you get on and you bitch about it, but you don't look to change it. And the reason I say this is because you simply, when you get somebody that comes up and says, hey, look, you're an inspiration to me, you instantly knock them down. Instead of saying, no, seriously, instead of saying, hey, I'm happy I inspired you, pass it the fuck on. Don't make them feel bad for looking up to what you're doing, because you will never have anybody changing it then.
You know what, though? I never, for a person that says you inspire me, I never
Right.
go, well, you're a fucking idiot.
Well, no,
You
but
know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
but no, but I mean, they get that
You're
from you
not that
because
mean, are
you
you,
have
Maxwell?
that kind of mindset about it, because you don't want to be the trendsetter, but you want it to change. Sometimes you have to be the trendsetter to make it change.
Right. Well, I've been called a trailblazer. We make fun of that.
Well,
all the
yeah,
time.
we do, but
You know.
at the same time, as long as somebody's giving those accolades, that means they're paying attention. If they're paying attention, that's where change comes from.
I guess for me, it's the differentiating the condescension from the real.
But that's the problem.
You
You're
know?
going to have that, and it's not going to be started with your generation. It's going to have to go down to another one until that time hits when people don't look at it that way anymore. Right now, they're still looking at that. Someone's got to start that ball rolling down the fucking. Someone's got to take that snowball and push it down the fucking thing to
that's
make the
where we
big
just talked.
avalanche.
There we go. That
Here
was
we
the
are
analogy
in
I was
all
looking
of
for
our
earlier.
different worlds, and we're talking about all these different issues.
And they're all the same.
But they're all the same.
Yep.
I think
They
basically
all
what we're
come to
saying
a
is,
core.
What are
Yep.
we going to do to change
this.
Change it. I
Like,
mean,
Exactly.
like with you, I know there's got to be some
to
bitches.
change
Don't
it.
even pretend like there's not, because
gonna change
you're a white girl. You're a young white girl, so you've got to have issues. I'm sure there's things you would like to see changed.
Yeah.
I
there's lots of
think
things.
for me, what I can do, what I can personally do. I mean, I talked about what people can do as a whole, you know, my folks or whatever, us folks is what I call them. But to really be honest with you, what can I do? You know, what I can do is I can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I can talk about it.
We're doing it right now, man.
Yeah, just talk about it. You know
and
what I
that's
mean?
what raises awareness. Bottom line.
But I don't want. Here's what I don't. I don't want to be made to feel that. You know, that I can't say exactly what I feel. And that's what part of the problem was wrong with this country today.
Yes, it is.
You know, people are too afraid to say what they really feel.
Yes.
Yeah, they really, really are. And that's killing this
You don't want to
country.
get ridiculed. Yeah, I mean,
you're too afraid.
This country was actually band together on not doing what you were told to do and believing in speaking out what you want and what you think should be said. Bottom line, that's what we've got a constitution for.
Yeah, we left that queen. We didn't like that bitch.
That's exactly fucking right.
Well, obviously, there's some people that still want her back.
We don't like that bitch. Okay?
Some people want her back, I guess. Apparently.
So go ahead there, Humphrey. What do you got?
What do I got?
Yeah.
Well, let me give you a little education on how I grew up.
Education.
Yes, it was my education. I grew up very poor. My parents were my dad was a drug addict and an alcoholic. My mom was a gambler. So they chose to put us in the situations they did, where it was either you didn't have any food, you didn't have clothes to wear, you didn't have utilities, you lost the place you lived in. It didn't matter. We moved around so much, it was ridiculous. We lived in a motel room with 7 people in it from the age of 2 until 7. That's where I spent my younger years. And then after that, we lived in a house for about a year, and then we moved to a trailer park. And that was after my parents split up. But I've got 4 brothers. I'm the middle child and the only girl. And there's 3 of us that have never done anything. Well, actually, I can't say that. I am the only person in my family that has never used a drug for recreational use. I've got 2 brothers, one that's in prison, who's a habitual offender, who likes methamphetamines. I have another brother who actually lives with me, who used to be a methamphetamine user, who pretty much had no choice because he had nowhere to go. And in order to live in my house because of my children, he wasn't allowed to have that or be high in any way, shape, or form because I don't want my kids exposed to what I was exposed to.
Right.
I was always told growing up, oh, you'll never be anything but the poor trailer park girl, which is fine, whatever. I was told when I joined the military I wouldn't be able to do it because I'm a girl and girls can't handle it. I was told that by my own family. And the sad part is the only person who supported me was my youngest brother and my dad. And my dad, mind you, I hadn't spoken to or seen in 5 years before that happened.
Wow.
And he supported me, told me I could do whatever I wanted to do, be whatever I wanted to be, even though he didn't know who I was anymore.
Huh.
The only thing he knew is, hey, you're still my daughter. It doesn't matter.
Right.
And then, you know, my mom did struggle after she quit gambling for her spurts. She did struggle to raise 5 kids on her own. And, I mean, we were in the welfare system, whatever. And I became a statistic when I turned 19 when I got pregnant with my daughter. And then I was told, oh, you'll be nothing more than what your mom is, which my mom is somebody who is, by most standards, very uneducated because she dropped out of school when she was 14 to take care of her mother. I educated my mom so she could get her GED when I was 14. I have a GED. I didn't finish high school. I didn't graduate because I missed half a credit, but I didn't care because I wanted to leave. And I mean, I'm a single mother with 3 kids, and one of my children, she's mixed, and I get a lot of slack for that because that's just wrong. You don't do that. I mean, even still now, it's seen as it's wrong. But whatever, I don't care. I was raised to speak my mind, say what I feel, and if people don't like it, then fuck them.
So your biggest complaint would be just simply that women just...
Everybody's it's not just women. It's honestly, my life is not just women. I know a lot of people who've lived that life.
I was just going to say, you know, that's just a terrible life. Where I came from, that was just the normal life for most people. It just really was.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I didn't know any different.
Life. Yeah.
Right.
But
right that's
there,
it. But
well,
you know
I
what? You
guess
broke yourself from that cycle, though.
But
I saw it, and I didn't want to be that way.
But I
wanted to be happy and enjoy being with my children and live in a nice place, which I do now.
Right.
Yes, I struggle because I have no job. But you know what? My kids are happy. They are fed and everything else, and they're happy.
Right. Well, but do you understand why I crack on, you know, like when I was talking about the high school dropouts?
Oh, yeah, that they should all die or commit suicide or be murdered.
What
You
I'm
did say
saying,
that. You did say that.
What I'm saying
Educate them.
is when you...
It's cheaper. Educate them.
No, you know what it is? What I'm saying is you didn't bother, those people didn't bother to break the cycle. Those people just wanted to stay part of that machine. So it's like, well, fuck, that machine's broken, so let's throw it out.
You know what?
That's what I mean.
I understand, but I can tell you, we talking educate. When we talk about, if we ever got into that machine, It's so fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If we
it
got
is.
into
It
that,
is.
if
It's
we
a
got
mess.
into that
Yeah, but you know what?
I don't even want to talk about that because.
But you got people like Humvee who got out of that machine.
And I had to bust my ass, and I bust my ass
Yeah, but
every
you
day
did it.
still.
But you did it because you're not lazy and
No,
because
I'm
you got
not.
off
I
your
don't know
ass.
how to be lazy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, some of these other people, they like it, man. This is the lifestyle
Okay,
they love.
but once again, it comes back down to what we've been taught, how we, and I've said this, and I will continue to say it. The government should not be as big as it is, but the fact that it is that big is like the parents. We are all the misfit children. We are the product of what is allowed to be going on right now. You know, we are learning from example. We see the government. What are they doing every day? They're borrowing money. They're screwing people. They're setting an example for their country. This is what you've got. This is what you get when you get a bunch of misfits and a bunch of fucking greedy bastards that run a goddamn country and don't give a shit about nothing.
Yep.
This is what you get.
But if you educate the people have a choice. They need to decide.
That's the whole thing.
They need to say, okay, like we're sitting here right now, and there's different people sitting in this room, all different, stereotypes.
Like I said,
being,
we're totally eclectic here.
We're all,
One of the best jobs the government has always done and will forever always do is to divide the people.
Oh,
To divide the
definitely.
people. And let me tell you, you think that all of the stuff that you hear on the television is a
true.
racial divide. It's
No.
not a racial, it's a class divide.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a class divide. And let me tell you something.
It is.
The poor people in this country, and I'm going to be specific, the white poor people in this country only have one thing different in common for everyone else, and it's that their skin is white. But let's be honest. Let's be honest with you. Let's be honest with you. They are not with the rich. The rich is not with them. And when I say the rich, I don't mean because there are a lot of other than white people who are rich. And I say rich, I'm encompassing everyone. What I don't understand is how can people fall for the okie doke? Here we are at the bottom. We hating on one another about stupid, silly shit while the people at the top are continually making laws to better themselves while we're down here hating on one another. You know what I wish we could do? I wish we could put down our stupid bullshit just for a while. And we all come together, change that shit at the top, and then go back to hating one another.
Hey, that's what I call it, man.
And you know what?
Go back.
But now
that we need to do it.
And now that
that's
whole thing.
just like Maxwell was saying. You allow yourself to be stereotyped.
Yeah, you allow yourself.
Well, the funny thing is that Clarence just touched on what I would want to talk about for me.
Okay.
Not every goddamn white man is fucking rich.
No, not every white man is rich. See?
Now you tell me.
Yeah.
I'm not rich. I'm not fucking riding around a limo. I'm not a part of any fucking corporation.
And here's the bad news, the real bad news. Everyone that falls in line with the rich, no matter what color they are, where they come from, they fall in line with all of the policies as well.
Exactly. Even the poor people that accept their situation are just as bad as the rich people that are making those fucking
And you go back
boundaries.
to education.
Yeah.
There we go.
Back to education.
Isn't this amazing,
It's just
folks?
one giant circle.
Everything we all agreed with each other.
Yeah.
I always tell my wife that all the time. I said, there's no racial problem in America.
Oh
There
my
never
gosh!
has
If you
been.
can do it, if
There
we
never has
can,
been. There
if
never
we
has
all
been.
can do it on All Talk, what's the
Class
matter with
divide.
all you people out there?
Look
It's
at
always
this.
been class
We
divide.
all
And you know
come
what's
from
funny?
different
Always has
backgrounds.
been.
And look at Congress. Look how many people are in Congress. And can they figure shit out? Dude, fuck no. Now, four of us just sat together and we just came up with solutions. Actually, I'm sorry,
fix
five.
shit.
We're sitting at the wrong table. We need to take All Talk to the government. Let's go,
See,
buddy.
and that's the whole thing. I mean, I'm not sitting here. I'm not the white rich guy that goes home, has a 9-to-5 goddamn job. I have 2.3 kids with a dog, a cat, a white picket fence. That goes out drinking at night, trying to find another piece of ass to screw while the wife's home taking. This is bullshit.
Yes.
And it needs
You
to
would be
stop.
missing pieces,
Yes.
parts. I'm
Well,
sorry.
yeah, because she'd be the wife at
Where's
that point.
the 2.3, man? Where's the 3?
We have stereotyped ourselves.
Yeah, we have, and
sometimes I think sometimes even we start to believe it.
Well, that's it. We're just as bad.
And
I'll bring that
we,
shit.
we do.
just
We
as
have
bad.
to stop ourselves
Yeah, we
because
have to stop. Yeah, we have
that's
to.
what I was
Yeah.
talking about, carrying on
Right.
the stereotyping with you until you find somebody like Maxwell. Maxwell has taught me a lot because I was told, like everybody else, what a blind person's supposed to do, what you were supposed to do.
So when you met me, you were like, "Oh shit, wait a minute."
Yeah, and the thing with this, Maxwell, is it's very hard for me now with other blind people to go back to that stereotype of I need to help you.
So see, there's a change.
Yeah.
And this is where it's really hard because I'm saying, wait a minute here. I really don't need to do this for you.
Now, what she just said there, that's inspirational.
Yeah.
Now, when people just tell me, "Oh, you're an inspiration because you got up and wiped your ass," well,
Right.
that's some bullshit.
Well,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah, that's
But
right.
what you just said was real. I mean,
Yeah.
that,
Well,
that's
do you know how
like,
many people I get when I go
It
out to
is.
places that instantly think that I've got a bankroll the size of fucking,
Oh,
you know, they
fuck
do.
yeah.
Because they honestly think, when I go out to somewhere,
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
oh, well, you know, George will get it all. He's the owner of this. He's a white guy, so obviously he's got a fucking bankroll, a Swiss one. And
I hear this shit all the
There's
time.
the owner. The caveat is he's white.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Well, and how many times? Oh, how many times with you having your health issues and stuff?
Yeah.
How do I hear people saying, "What is he doing? Why isn't he getting any insurance?"
Yeah, why does
is
he? He's a
fucking-
white guy,
Hey,
man. He should.
Come on, he probably owns an insurance
Doesn't he
company.
shit $100 bills?
Well,
I mean,
like
don't they all?
Like me, I'm an older lady, 70 years old.
Oh, so you're
I
rich
should
too.
have I should have packed all that money back in a bank account someplace, and I should be living high off the hog right now.
You probably are, according to the stereotype.
Yeah, that's it. Boy, I wish that stereotype would put some money in my pocketbook.
Yeah, right.
But going back to what George talked about, I really do believe, man. I mean that if as a people in this country, we Josh, we talked about this conversation last week, how the world is just so fucked up right now.
Yeah.
And you know what? Really, to be honest, we have to really put down the bullshit and really look at things for what they really are. And I think with the great majority of this country, especially the people, who are on the wrong side of the ledger, the $7.25 an hour people, if these people really start looking at for what it's worth, they'll put down their bullshit and their differences. We need to change this around. The income equality, all of these things that people are talking about now is real, guys. And I'm going to tell you something. Before it would go away, but I'm here to tell you, Maxwell, it's not going away this time. These people are not going away. They are going to straighten this shit up. Who in the world can make it on $7.25
Cents an hour, right?
Yeah.
So
Come on,
we
man.
just kind of covered this whole thing.
Wait, I got another one for
Okay.
you.
Okay.
I get told all the time, right? Because I'm still looking for a job and everything, because the company I work for went, closed.
Yep, man.
And I get told when I go for the interviews and stuff, oh, you have too much experience, because I do communications for the military. I do IT work. And that's not college-based or anything else. That is, they put you on that shit, you take some
They train
classes,
you, right.
and you learn that shit.
Right.
That's
They throw
all
you
it
out there.
is. You don't do book classes or anything like that. You might do a 2-week block, and that's it. But I keep getting told, oh, well, your experience with everything and the different jobs you've had, and you're young, and you're pretty, and you're white, you should be able to get a job no matter what.
That's some bullshit. And you know what? I have a problem with.
And
what
you
is the
know
deal
who I
with
hear
this-
that from?
From white people.
My mother.
Oh yeah.
I'm dead serious.
My mother.
I bet.
I am.
I bet.
You've heard her say it.
Yeah.
You got to give her.
Hey, why don't you get a job over there, white guy? Where's my money?
That's your mother. You got to let her have that one.
Yeah,
okay?
I will. I'll let that one go.
Let my mother have that one. Okay, Mom.
I never thought of it like that, but now that you mention it, I'm in the wrong lane.
Well, see, and I got a problem with that whole term, too much experience.
Yeah, well, that's a cool, Maxwell.
Qualified.
That's some bullshit.
What that is, Maxwell, it's an easy way for them to tell you they're not going to hire you.
That they want to hire their brother,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
they're afraid you're going to
No,
take
no,
their
no.
job.
What it is it's not they're afraid that you're going to take their job or anything. They want a scapegoat. They want somebody they can hire that doesn't know shit. So they really
Right.
don't know their ass from their elbow, and they want somebody that they can be the fall person. So if they have that fall man, they don't have to worry about anything, and they can pay him dirt cheap too. They can
Right.
pay him minimum wage.
A punching bag
But
that they can
me,
just.
because of the experience I have in the different jobs, because I have 4 different jobs I've done for the military, so I have quite a few qualifications.
So you know what's expected. and
Well,
what
that's
you're
the
worth,
thing, though. I'm
you know?
too upfront and blunt, and if I see something wrong, I have a tendency to open my mouth. And people say that I don't
That's
do
what I
it
hate about
nicely.
white girls. No.
So shut up.
Wait a minute now.
No
You're
buffers.
a white girl.
No filters.
But because I'm not politically correct in anything I say, that I'm wrong. Or I'm coming across too rude.
Political correctness has
Don't
really
you
ruined this
know
country.
that you're supposed to be stupid because you're a woman and you're
Yeah,
white,
you're
and
supposed
you,
to-
you,
and
can't,
that's
you
it.
can't you can't do so. Here we go back to education
Yep.
again.
You got to fit
If
that.
you have too much education, they don't want you
education.
around because
Yep.
you know too much, and
This
you
is-
might overtake them.
This is the shit I talk about all the fucking time.
Well, they
You know,
look at
maybe
what
just-
my experience is with those jobs and everything, or how long I've been there, and they look at it as, oh, because in all actuality, somebody who has a master's degree in the field that I work in, I have more experience than they do. That's after 5 years out of college.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what's so funny about a lot of this stuff is a long time ago, as a matter of fact, 14 years ago, I started a radio station because I believed in the people. I believed we had a right to say and
poor
feel
misguided
and
man.
what we should do in our lives and to guide the people the right way. This station still stands 14 years later after all this, so that's a testament that it can be done.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
But
boys, I look around this room, you know, I mean, this is no free lunch program, so
No.
yeah,
That's exactly right.
Fucking
Yeah.
free lunches up in here, bro.
Hey, we just
Hey, wait, you got to be on welfare for that.
get your
I don't know
butter and
what you're
cheese
doing
and-
here. Are they paying for you to be here so that you can educate somebody, Maxwell?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, it's the
Oh,
opposite.
you shouldn't even be here, Maxwell. What's your problem?
Right, I'm paying you guys.
But see, that's the whole thing. The only way to make this work back then would have been to have the people come in and pay for their own show. Because if we would have went corporate, this would have been shut down. This would have been corporate a long time ago.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't be doing what we're doing
Right.
now.
So in order for people to come, and we kept it cheap for over the years, because that way people could come in and do this. Because if not, corporations would have stomped us a long time ago by saying what we say and do what we do.
Oh, fuck yeah. And they tried.
They've
I
tried.
mean,
Over the years. Yes, over the years. They tried to buy us out. They have a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Even
so-
recently, you've had situations. you know?
Yeah. They still keep trying, and they keep punching at us, and we
Mm.
keep saying,
Keep punching
take your
back.
best punch because we're not going anywhere.
Exactly.
That is something that my generation, myself, has been taught that I do agree with, is the fact that you never back down. You never stop believing in yourself and what you can do, because you can do anything you want to do as long as you believe it. You know, it's not, and
Well,
don't
and you know
let's-
what? And if the thing that you want to do you can't do, try something else along those lines.
And that's true.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
is very true. If you come up, and that's a part of survival. If you come up against something that's a roadblock, there's a reason for that roadblock.
Yep.
So find an alternative.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's like driving down the street. If they got a sign up that says detour, we'll take it.
Take the detour. Yeah, don't go, oh, well, I better stop here because I can't go any further. You know?
Yeah, or I got to turn around because I don't know what to do next. You know, everything in life is a solution that you have to work at.
Well-
You have to set their education. Here we
And
go
what
again.
did Clarence say earlier? Every good idea started with a mistake.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Well, that's like you were saying that, you know,
Yeah.
it
It's a
was.
mistake. This won't work.
All right.
This won't work.
And you have to get it till it works.
And it always has worked. They said the CD wouldn't work. They did a lot of things that you'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
surprised at all the things
Oh.
that people said.
Everything at
would
first, when
not
it first
work.
started, came out, you know, oh, no, you can't do that.
You know, the good
You
thing
can't do
about
that.
the good thing about these problems that we're talking about at the table, even though some of them are far-reaching, they're personal, but some of them are really far-reaching in our society. These things can be fixed. They really can
sure.
be fixed.
Yeah,
you know,
they
that's the thing about it. Because I love this country because it's a great country. I love its people. I think our diversity has really made us great, and our diversity will all. I just can't imagine if Americans all looked one way. So you know what I mean?
No, that would
so,
be-
could you
yeah,
imagine?
that
I
would-
wouldn't live here.
no.
I wouldn't want to live in this
No.
fucking place.
Yeah.
If we were all one way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here, it can be fixed.
Well, that's like
It can be
Hamster was
fixed.
saying. They were taught to do things certain ways.
Meh.
Just my personal experience with my generation, we're not taught that shit.
Yeah.
You have to learn that on your own. You have to figure that out on your
So
own.
education's
and
lacking.
most of my
Yep.
generation, they don't know how to lead shit.
Is that why y'all so
They
dumb?
they're followers. They are.
Is that why y'all so fucking dumb?
They are dumb. They are dumb.
They ran out of fucking pencils and shit.
They don't even know how to sharpen them, okay?
But you know what? Those that are teaching your
They
generation.
have pencils. Sorry, Maxwell.
Here's the problem with this though. The people that are teaching your generation, who do know the fuck better, are deciding to go, oh, let's just fall in line. Let's be stupid.
Well, we got a new fight. We got Common Core coming up here, and that's
I
just a
hate that
mess.
shit.
There we go. There's
so,
a new thing.
So how do we, you know, and I guess this could be a time, another conversation.
2
another
plus
time,
2
but-
equals pizza.
But how are we going to reverse
Right?
that? Because we're talking about educating our people, and they are actually dumbing our children down even more. So
Yeah.
how do we go ahead and fight that?
We can get dumber.
Well, there you go. That's,
Once again,
we saw the results of that. We see the results
we
of
see
that
the
every day.
results of that right
you know
now.
what?
Yeah.
Step outside, you'll see.
Yeah, just,
Hey, you know what?
Turn on the television.
Hey,
Yeah. Turn on the radio.
I think Hamster just hit the easy result. So like,
And this
that's-
is what's happened throughout the years, and this is why it goes on the way it does.
and that's how people think though. They do say they'll be like, well, fuck it, we just get done.
Let's not teach the kids.
Let's just follow the line.
Let's not set examples. Let's just let it go, and whatever it falls, it falls.
You know, the power of people, George. Power of people, man. I've seen
Yeah.
it work, man. The power power of people is something, man. You know, have you ever seen two people get together, turn 410 to 20 to 30 to 100?
Well, think about it. We're all leaders in here.
That's what it takes, bro. That's what it takes.
Seriously. We're all leaders in here, man. Look how many followers are just following.
Well, keep in mind, there always has to be that leader that takes that step. And, and you know, from what we're doing right here, you know, people will listen to this, and then they will start to. You always have to plant the seed. That seed needs to be there. And it's like a long time ago in the slavery days. What were they afraid of the most? They were afraid of black people being educated.
Absolutely.
They would have books. They didn't, because they knew the minute they would become educated, they would no longer be a slave.
Yep, exactly. Because that gave you the key. Man.
That was the key. Education is the key to the world and improvement.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
We've got to follow a direction. We got to make that direction instead of saying, okay, you know, where are you taking me? People have to follow, people have to lead. It's always got to be that way. There's got to be all kind of people in the world. We can't just, you know, all go into one little group.
Just choose the smart leaders. Don't follow anybody.
There you
I
go.
mean, no, seriously, just don't follow just anybody. I mean, use your head.
But like Hamster says, people don't all have the capability to be a leader, which is true.
No. But I mean, if you're going to be a follower, you know you're not truly a leader. At least use your smarts to figure out who should be leading you.
Man. And on that note, fucking A.
Hello.
Wow. Well, I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
I am Clarence Harris, also known as Numb Nuts.
Zombie.
Hamster.
And that would be the whack job behind the mic that GJ going the hell home Jerkman to be a leader.
And that's the story there, bitches.
See ya.
See ya.